Hi beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel, Beautiful Awakening with Shantia. So today we're going to be looking into what are you powerfully karmically releasing, and we're going to look into the why. So obviously, like usually when things go, something comes in. But the guides, I was asking them what to do this reading on, and they wanted us to focus on what are you karmically releasing, so you can kind of get some perspective on the work, the inner work that you've been doing, and the shift that it's creating in your life. And this is powerful stuff. Like, this is powerful stuff. This is the work, and sometimes it's easy to forget when we're, out here in this world. By the end of the day, we're here to experience. We're here for the awakening. We're here to be alive. I mean, I guess ideally, but to me, that's not even ideal. It's just like a human experience. We all crave it at our core. So that's what we're going to be looking into. So we're going to have 4 piles to look at today, 4 crystals. So if you're new to this channel is dedicated to your transformation, your alignment, as well as your healing. Remember to take what resonates and leave what does not resonate. You are in the driver's seat of your life. You're the one who gets to create, and I like to say more accurately, co-create your reality, because if we have to do all the work, that's a lot. But if we're co-creators, I'm like, oh, okay. I don't have to take on all of the work. I can leave some of that to God. I hope you guys enjoy this reading. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. I appreciate the growth. If you haven't already, check out my other channel on YouTube called Shantia's New Chapter. I have a series called Worthy, Flirty, and Thriving. This is a series that dives further into receiving practical advice on living in a way that feels most natural to you. So I just do whatever topics I feel inspired to do, essentially helping you to step into a higher place of worthiness so that you feel like you're thriving and not surviving. And surviving is something that we are usually taught to do, and that's something the ego brain teaches you to stay in that state. But thriving is about opening up your consciousness to more. Let's go ahead and get started. Moving on to the point where you get to pick and choose your crystal. Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome to the point where you get to pick and choose your crystal. So let me go ahead and introduce the crystals to you. All right, so we have group number 1 with the apatite, group number 2 with the citrine, group number 3 with the lapis lazuli, and group number 4 with the black obsidian. So remember to take your time. There's no rush. If you want to pause the video, meditate on the crystal or the crystals that best resonate with you. Inhale and exhale deeply. Here is your singing bowl. Group number 1, if you chose the apatite, we are going to go ahead and start with you. Hi, group number 1. Welcome to your reading. So we're looking into what karmic release is powerfully taking place in your life right now, and essentially what is that making space for? We are going to find out. Okay, so as usual, I go ahead and I pull energies. I read the crystal, pick up energies for that, and then I pull cards. Guides, dial me into the energies of group number 1. Okay. There is a beautiful purification that is happening for you. It's almost like getting to the core. You're trying to get to the core understanding of yourself and release all of that so that you can feel more free. I feel like there's most definitely a deep desire to just feel free, to feel as if you can go anywhere, do anything, to know that you have with you everything that you need to feel reassured, to feel safe in your body. I think you're definitely, most definitely being connected with, like, the more this karmic release happens for you, and whatever karmic release that you've unleashed, I feel like it's allowed you to open the door into connections. People who are just like you, people who are seeking and are part of the same journey. You know, this doesn't have to be just people you meet in person. This could be people online as well, but it's most definitely people who are aligned with this sense of purpose and want to create a meaningful life for themselves, who want to know themselves at the very core. There's a sisterhood and a brotherhood out there for you, for sure, that you're being called to be a part of. All around, it's like it's a all around energy though. It's like the more you tap into this and understand yourself more, when you go out into the world, you're going to find people naturally. You're going to align with people naturally that just kind of fit that energy. Yeah, I mean, I always get a lot of underwater scenes, and I was just seeing, I don't know, it kind of reminded me of a scene in Little Mermaid where she's like swimming and she has flounder by her side. But I think you're just tapping into this deep sense of knowing you're not alone and just kind of trusting that. And almost, the thing is, you're not just trusting it. The more you trust it, the more it's real for you. But it's almost like, to me, flounder is a representation of your guides. You can't see them, but you can feel them. This is like the huge thing that you're tapping into. It's like core truth. I'm getting like Mula energy for you guys. It's like your Mula is a nakshatra that's in Sagittarius. It's about getting to the core truth, the center, the galactic center. I feel like you're calling for this. It's like, I want to know the core truth. And it's like the more you keep digging, the more you keep experiencing it too. I think there's a huge crown tracker upgrade that's happening for you as well. So it's just knowledge. You're getting access to the information, the knowledge. It's being made available. It's allowing you to move a lot more free. So it's like a lot of freedom, a lot of movement. So it's like before where you felt imprisoned. This was a perception. You know, it's a false perception that we're taught by the world, or by the worldly desires and the ego. And then it's like when we release that, now we realize, wow, we have access to so much more. A deep inner child healing is happening for you, for sure. It's tapped into that sense of freedom. It's like that movement. It's like, I feel like a kid again. I feel safe. I feel protected. I feel like I can be free. I feel like I can move. I feel like I can do anything. When you're a kid, you just believe the sky is the limit. Like, you don't understand what limits mean because they're not real. You are realizing your own infinite worth. I'm seeing a diamond. So you're realizing this like infinite, like durable, strong, unpenetrable worth that's within you. It's like no one can touch it. They can't take it away from you. You're understanding this. Okay. I better move on before I take too long. So you have the appetite. The appetite crystal. Yeah, I really like apatite. It's a very knowledgeable crystal. It's all about seeking knowledge and information. So I'm seeing someone who's like a woman. She's walking up to like it looks like a throne or like God almost. It's like she's like talking to God. I think you're learning how to have those conversations more and just be attuned with that. You trust it. It's just like, yeah, I talk to God on a regular basis. It's totally normal. So I'm seeing like a powerful figure in front of her. And this figure isn't like human. It's just kind of awe-ishness. But she feels so comfortable in front of it. I think you're very much getting more comfortable with your divinity if you weren't before. I think it's a journey for all of us. So I think it feels like another day at the office. I mean, it's not the office, but it just feels like that. It's like, yeah, it's normal to talk to God. You just, you reach out and then he's there. God, divinity, divine, the universe. I'm getting like this like mathematical equations. It's kind of like Einstein. It's like very much secrets of the universe energy coming through. It's like you're kind of understanding. It's like you're understanding the abstract language of the universe. You're learning the language of the universe. And I've said this in many readings, but here it is again. The karmic release, I feel like with this appetite, it tends to be associated with family, very much specifically with family. Yeah, like a deep acceptance towards your family, I think is happening. It's like they don't need to change for you to be happy. It's like you deeply accepting yourself is helping you to deeply accept your connection with your family. You know, in spite of the messiness, the dysfunction. It's like, yeah, we have dysfunction, but we move on. And instead of acting from a place of the wounded child, you're acting from a place of the healed inner child. Yeah, we always call it the inner child, but really it's just us. It's like us at our core, you know, pure and aware and open. I think you're learning how to be okay with the mess as well. It's like you're okay with the mess. You're okay with things not being perfect, or you're learning how to embrace it more. So now there's not this forced energy of like, I need things to be aligned and perfect and arranged. It's just like, if it's messy, it's messy. If, you know, people aren't perfect, that's fine. That's fine. It's more than fine. It's beautiful. It's interesting. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull cards for you. So we're looking into your karmic release. I think I'll definitely pull one of these guides. So we're looking into the karmic release that's powerfully taking place in your life, and then anything else they want to let us know, guides. You guys got that card. It's so funny. Okay. So let me just go ahead and pull some cards for you. I mean, I said I was going to pull nakshatra cards. I did. And I said that. So I'm going to stick with that. So let me pull a nakshatra card for you guys. Group number 1. Oh my goodness. I haven't gotten around to like fixing this. Okay. You got Anuradha. We'll take that one. Anuradha is actually in Scorpio. Anuradha number 17. It's very beautiful. Nakshatra. It's in Scorpio. It's if you follow Vedic astrology, it's like the middle of Scorpio. Anuradha calls for healing, deep healing and transformation, but it's also associated with Saturn. So it's like healing deep. Out of all of the Scorpio signs, or the Scorpio nakshatras, it's the most stable because it's ruled by Saturn. So it's like a lot of politicians tend to get this sign because there's like a deep... Scorpio is always about power, like seeking power, wanting power. And so a lot of politicians who seek like power get this sign, but they have the discipline. So that's like the difference. Whereas other Scorpio-onic energies can be very chaotic. So let's just go ahead and read about Scorpio. We got number 17. It's beautiful. 17. I feel like 17 was maybe a age for you that was very significant. Maybe like something happened at that point in time where things shifted for you, or you saw things differently, or you were... I think that's when your deep dive started. Perhaps that's where a lot of deep dive starts. Like age 17 is where right before you graduate from high school and you're starting to get to know yourself. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I forgot to check if this was in focus. Okay, so 17 Scorpio. So 1 and 7 add up to 8, which is Scorpio. 7 is about divinity. 1 is about the self. It's a nakshatra associated with friendship and connections. It's really beautiful nakshatra. And devotion. It's very powerful. So it's like through your act of devotion, you've been able to heal yourself, move on, thrive. It's an act of devotion that really gets people to because like God is a daily, like abundance, healing. It's a daily devoted practice. Getting to know yourself on the deepest level. Okay. In the Puranic lore, most of the exalted sages carry a staff, and it is a fact that the only weapon that they carry, but it is usually more than enough as it carries within itself all the power of their penance. So it says it's a go-centered nakshatra in much the same way as its ally, but its goals are usually more in tune with the universal plan. So if you have like Anuradha perhaps in your chart, or, you know, this is your energy in general, you might be like a go-getter. You're a go-setter. You like to achieve things, but you like to achieve things in tune with the universal plan. you're very curious about. Like, how can I have goals that actually help people and help me to thrive on the deepest level and to know myself on the deepest level? So it says a lotus is, oh yeah, that's right. There's purity. I was seeing purification. I was seeing like a fire, but it actually did turn into kind of like a lotus. Like, so yeah, Anurata, purification. A lotus is another symbol ascribed by scholars and sages to this nakshatra. Since ancient times, the qualities of purity, auspiciousness, knowledge, and enlightenment have been associated with the lotus. In fact, Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and Lakshmi, the goddess of prosperity, are often depicted as sitting atop a lotus. So learning, prosperity, that's kind of all things that are available to you. That's what you're unlocking for yourself. A triumphant gateway adorned with leaves is another alternative symbol for this. Oh, wait a second. Oh, yeah, I'm reading the right one. That scared me because Vishaka is the same one. And then they talked about it. A triumphant gateway adorned with leaves is another alternative symbol of this nakshatra. The readers will remember that the preceding asterism Vishaka also has this as its main symbol. As we mentioned earlier, Vishaka is sort of an ally or co-worker of Anurata. Just like Vishaka, Anurata also represents victory. Okay. So this pile, you have a lot of endurance to push through circumstances that are challenging, because some part of you knows it's like, I'm going to acquire level and power within myself on the deepest level, and then, you know, it manifests into reality. Anurata natives tend to be rewarded for their own inner strength. The fact that Anurata is open to all doesn't mean that it doesn't discriminate. Evolved Anurata natives are in fact quite discriminative and cautious as to who they let into their inner circle. So there's a lot about boundaries here. In the present day and age, where every nakshatra's energy has been utilized for negative ends, Anurata falls prey to excessive openness and frivolous friendships. Okay, yeah. So, you know, politicians tend to be quite popular. But it does say here, in the present times, Anurata is one of the nakshatras which has the ability to see through the reality behind all the fake media propaganda on social, economic, and political levels. It's so crazy that this book is talking about fake media. This book was written forever ago, before, you know, Donald Trump became the president of the United States. It says 2004. Okay, awesome, guys. What a powerful start. So you also got, well, we'll just go ahead and look at it. Excuse my voice. Ancestral realm, karmic release, healing the lineage, boundaries. There you go. Very much in tune with the message meant for you. So boundaries is huge for you. You're going through an ancestral karmic release. So this is about whatever your ancestors did before that was just like of the ego. You're understanding to heal this. The thing is, we're a very expansive being, so no matter what, at some point in time, hopefully our generation is going to heal that ancestral wound. And you are very powerful because you're healing an ancestral wound, something that's just been done generation time and time again. So for everyone, this is going to be different. I think for you, it's just perhaps less focus on the materialism, more focus on the inner world and the inner richness of your worlds. Yeah, boundaries, but you have a lot of ancestral support as well. Let's go ahead and keep pulling cards. Tell me more about the karmic release that this group is experiencing. Okay. 5 of Cups. So that's about feeling like a victim. So if that sounds like a familiar pattern, this is something that you're releasing. It's like feeling like a victim or feeling like you can't when you can. Or seeing the glass half empty. I was hearing, okay, like immediately I got taken to this scenario of a family struggling financially because they can't see, like they're always surviving. And isn't that interesting how I talked about surviving versus thriving? Yeah, so you're more tapped into, like, I'm not going to face or just focus on surviving. I want to thrive. And thriving is the 5 of Cups reverse, which it did come out reverse, so I think it did. But anyways, that's what you're releasing. Tell me more about what this group is releasing. So we have 4 of Swords. Yeah, so it's like you're no longer feeling like you have to fight. Tell me more about this karmic release, guides. You have 7 of Swords, Knight of Wands. Yeah, this is, It just all lines up perfectly. So it's like you're no longer thinking that you have to fight the fight. To me, it's like when you feel like you have to fight the fight, we're all peaceful warriors. You know, to me, it's like if you're going to fight a battle, fight the battle with yourself. Fight the battle with yourself. You're not, no one out here is your enemy. It's about how do you be in tune with yourself. So I think this is what you're tapping into. It's realizing I don't have to battle and I'm not alone. I'm going to rest. Now's the time to rest. Now's the time to stop putting myself through this anguish. And then I think with this Seven of Swords, that's about being really honest with yourself. You know, you're not about lying. Anurata in Scorpio, and Scorpio in general, is very honest. They can be very honest anyways. They can be very direct, like so honest. And this is what you're releasing. It's like, I get to be honest with myself. I get to heal, move on, and thrive. So as a result, guides, what is this group tapping more into because they're doing this karmic release? Let's see. We have Five of Swords, and go ahead and clarify the Five of Swords. Yeah. Okay. And we have the Temperance card. So I think you're, choosing your battles. A lot about choosing battles. I think you are a warrior. It's just funny that I said that. And Scorpio can be a bit of a warrior, yeah. Yeah, I think you're just realizing, like, it's time to walk away from all of these situations that no longer serve me. It's like not worth it anymore. What was I battling with? I was just fighting with myself. Yeah, that Temperance is like you're alchemizing, and you're also turning those challenging experiences, which is definitely what Appetite is about. Those challenging experiences with people, your past, and you're releasing that. You're letting it go. It's like all the fights, all the harsh words that were said, all the mean, any kind of meanness that was directed at you. You're releasing this. You're letting it go. Okay. Tell us more, guides. What do you want us to know? What do you want them to know? I think it's pretty clear what your karmic release is. What do you want them to know, guides? Oh my goodness, you guys got 3. All right, we got here Odin, Psychic Insight. Your third eye is open, see truth for what it is, follow your own intuition. Yeah, Scorpio is also very intuitive, very psychic. I don't know, I didn't say that, but there it is. Very psychic, very intuitive. So your third eye is open. They're saying here, your third eye is open. If you feel like it's not, just keep practicing. It's like I have videos on my channel. I have a series called Manifesting with the Divine. I have a series called Wake Up Call. And both of those kind of tap into, the awakening process. And like, the third eye is like what we can all open. It's not like, oh, you're special, you're chosen. It's just what you do. It's part of the process of the awakening so that you can be in conversation with God on a regular basis. Yeah, so your third eye is open, see truth for what it is, follow your intuition. Yeah. So to me, the reason why you want to open your third eye, I don't know, like there are people who say like there's some kind of dangers about the third eye. The thing is, I didn't really try. I did it on accident. So I don't know. It depends on if you're ready, but it says you're ready. The thing about this is it helps you to be educated by the universe, to be a child of the divine, because the world will miseducate you because it's not, it doesn't hold, the secrets of the universe are held in like the energetic realms. So you have to tap into your own inner energetic source to access it. And the third eye is one way in which you can do that. And third eye is essentially you being able to channel and have a deep sense of knowing. We all have this. We have here Mercury, open communication. Oh, yeah, I was just talking about that. Choose your words carefully, get the weight off your chest, speak up with love and be heard. So yeah, you're choosing your words carefully. I think maybe you've had conversations with people where you're trying to convince or persuade, and they're trying to say their point, you're trying to say your point, but you're like, no, I'm all about the truth. I'm all about being honest. But more than that, if we communicate from a place of love, we won't find ourselves in arguments. We'll find ourselves in conversations or in dialogue instead. And that's what we want. We want to open the dialogue to people who are, maybe struggling with understanding what we do, or, if you're more spiritual, understanding what that's about. It's like if we just open the floor, we don't try to pressure them to become what we are or transition into the space where we're at, then it can just be a loving experience for them to observe it with you. Yeah, so your Mercury is upgrading, essentially, the way that you communicate. We have your Kali Ma, facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. So this one I think I'll read. But Kali, interesting, because Mula, I was talking about Mula and purification, and that takes me to Kali, because Kali's all about purification. She's all about getting into the nitty gritty. So I feel like you've faced your demons, you've faced your fears, or you're facing them, you're trying to face them, you're finding a way to face them, you know, with this 5 of Cups, 5 of Swords, and this 7 of Swords, and the 9 of Wands. It's like you're facing the truth. Like you're facing the fact that you haven't said nice things either, or you haven't done the perfect thing either. You know, we're all human. So you're acknowledging this, and because you get to acknowledge that you're human, it just makes it so much easier to accept other people too. Okay, let's go ahead and pull or read about Kali Ma, and then we'll just see whatever else they want to communicate to you, and then we'll end your reading. Kali Ma is the Hindu goddess of death and rebirth. Okay, there we go. Death, rebirth, Scorpio. I didn't say that either, but thank goodness, the book caught it. The book caught it. Like it's, well, things are conscious. They are. Kali Ma is the Hindu goddess of death and rebirth. She brings old cycles to an end so we can experience transformation. She's a strong, fierce, fiery, and powerful image of the divine feminine. Many have been intimidated by her, but she's a mother energy and therefore completely loving. She's like a fierce mother protecting her child from harm. She has a dark energy like the night sky, but it consumes fear and it leaves only love. So that's what you're doing, is you're allowing your fear to be consumed by looking at it. And all that's left is love. She's the twin flame of the god Shiva and has even been known to slay his ego so that he can reveal his true loving self. This is a time when you are able to look fear in the eye and move away from it. Fear is just energy, and energy can be changed. Yeah, a lot about fears, facing your fears, definitely with the 7 of Swords and the 5 of Swords. It's about facing fears. Not wants you being resilient, facing your fears. And could be any kind of fear. You could have a fear of socializing, for example. Any kind of thing that keeps you from being able to move about and feel free in this world, you're facing those fears. So fear is just energy, and energy can be changed. This can be an intense experience because the human self is so conditioned that it may be used to operating with fear present. When the fear is gone, it may feel as though an emptiness is there, but this is a space for love and miracles to enter. You're being filled with courage of spirit now so that you can move from this phase of your life to the next. Trust the process and call on Kali Ma to help you. Release fear and step into a space that is strong, focused, and courageous. Yeah, I think knowing yourself on the deepest level, it definitely takes courage. We take that for granted sometimes. So it says here, important messages, information, and insights are being shared. You may hear from an old friend or a family member or have an opportunity to finally understand a loved one. Yeah, so maybe you're talking with the people that you love. It says the misunderstandings. You know, maybe you're overcoming those misunderstandings, because sometimes people, they think what they're doing is right from their perspective. And if we just have that open discussion, we realize, oh, they just thought they were doing the right thing. They really believe that they were doing the right thing. And now I can just let this go. We have here Odin. I'm just going to read it, read some notes on it quickly. You're being encouraged to look beyond what your physical eyes are showing you. Look within and follow your intuition or psychic visions. You may want to plan ahead at this time. It's important to keep your mind and energy focused on the best possible outcome. There will be signs and symbols from the light to tell you that you are on the right path. Be aware of the winged beings gracing your path as a wink from Odin and the light keepers to say that they are honoring your work. Yeah, so Odin is here to help you understand that you are awakening your third eye, and so you're learning how to read the omens, the signs of the universe, the symbols, and omens that I talked about earlier. Okay, so let's just see what else they have to give, whatever guidance or information they want to give to you, and then we'll end your reading. So I'll just go ahead and pull some cards. Okay, they kind of wanted to come out Saturn, so that's ruled by Anurada. Clarify that Saturn for me. Gemini. Whoop. Yeah. So to me, Saturn is about restriction. Gemini is about freedom, movement, exploration, creativity, networking, connections. So yeah, I think you're overcoming the restriction when it comes to communication, when it comes to movement in general in your life. I feel like you're tapping into an ability to be a lot more expressive with yourself. We have here Jupiter. Grow expands Yeah, that's huge. I mean, that's what you want, because Jupiter is a spiritual planet, right? It's connected to Pisces and Sagittarius, which are both very much about knowledge, tapping into the wisdom of the universe. Yeah, very powerful energies. You got two of the biggest planets here, Saturn and Jupiter. So there's a bit of authority that you're growing or you're embracing for yourself. I think also being seen as someone who, I feel like with that Saturn and Jupiter, that is teacher energies. That's like older, teacher disciplined energy. But I feel like you have the ability to kind of help people through their struggles too, based off of your own experience. Energy. A light inside my fire divine. Energy fill me, make me shine. Yeah. So you're definitely getting the energy. 13 is connected to the death card, which is about transformation and change. So your energy is very much transforming. I feel like you're unlocking. I think a lot of the blockages in your body are unlocking, and you're feeling a lot more energetic to just be expressed and feel free. I think you're healing all of your chakra centers within you. I can't tell you specifically which ones, but I definitely sense that you're healing a lot of, energy, unaligned energy within you. But again, the make me shine, I just talked about leadership. So I think you're feeling just a lot more comfortable to be yourself and be authentic. Look at that, new life. A lot about rebirth. 39, new life. Yeah, you're feeling like alive, like in spite of whatever age you are, you're feeling so much more alive. This is what you're opening up to. You're feeling more alive in your body, alive, excited to live, excited to be here. 3, 9 add up to 12, which breaks down to 3. And I was talking about how 12 was our special number today. So again, a lot of the 3s, 3 here, a lot about movement, energy. Third house is also the house of willpower. We have here strength. 34, strength, stability in this hour, endurance, stamina, I'm power. Yeah, a lot about, again, it's connecting to us to Anurata. Like Anurata is about being very strong, inner strength, and enhancing that ability. Okay, so is there anything else you want us to know about this group's path? Anything else? This is another 3, by the way. Anything else they need to know? And 4 is about stability, and then 1 and 3 also add up to 4, which is about stability. So I think you're finding a lot of stability with that Saturn as well in your life. You're stabilizing your emotions. Okay, we have your exorcist, freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. Yeah, you're letting go of your destructive impulses. With the green, I feel like you're just grounding yourself. So probably you have started doing some kind of meditative practice that helps to center your energy and balance your energy with that temperance. We have here Hinduist, inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. Yeah. To me, beauty is an experience. I always tell people that. It's not a physical, like how you look on the outside. It's an experience. It's an experience. You know, you can feel beautiful at any point in time in your life. You just need to, it's about how you feel about yourself in your body, how comfortable you feel in your body. Okay, advice guides for this group. Solar plexus, cleanse and protect. So again, about the confidence, they really want you to heal your confidence. I feel like you're just meant to be seen. You're meant to be seen. I think we all are, but I feel like this is specific to the place you're at, the chapter you're at in your life is feeling confident. Solar plexus, cleanse and protect. So just make sure you are, again, creating those effective boundaries. They say Anuratas don't play. They don't play. So it's like if they're not feeling people's energies, they're like, no, thank you. You know, this is about discriminating what energy is for you. That's what protecting is. And then the cleansing, you know, you do this through taking care of yourself. Make sure you sleep, make sure you eat good. That's not something we can skip. So we want to try to do our best, even if it's hard. Okay, so anything else you want to tell us about this group, guides? Success assured with good plans and hard work. Well, we pulled Honorata, and Honorata is all about success. So I think you're on your path to achieving more success in your life, just through your energetic shifts. To me, yeah, that Saturn too is about, and the Jupiter can be about blessings. We have the High Priestess at the bottom. So I think you're going to find a way, or to create more success. We have an egg here, and then this woman's coming out in an egg. A lot about rebirth and birth. I think you're birthing something new. You're at a place where you're birthing something new in your life. It feels very exciting, very inspiring, like new life. It feels rejuvenating, like you're a kid again, like you're young again. You're rejuvenated again. Okay, tell us more about the egg, please. Ooh. Oh, craziness. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. So we have here 10 of Cups, Hierophant, and 3 of Cups. So I think you are meant to tap into being a teacher here. This is the point in time. This is what you're being called to. This is why Jupiter showed up in your reading here. And Saturn. Saturn's about discipline. People who step into a place of authority, they need to be disciplined, period. So I think you're being granted with that solar plexus, working on your confidence and being seen and shining and radiating. You're being called to step into a place of leadership and just being in front of people, because there's a community of people here, like a soul tribe people. This is, to me, the 10 of Cups is like soul tribe. The 3 of Cups is it could be soul tribe too, but it's also like following students. But 3 of Cups can also be like people we get along with. So there's a lot of fun. There's a lot of joy here with this Hinduist, and you working towards you creating a path for yourself that's leading you towards success. There's a lot to enjoy. There's a lot of the Hinduist with the red and root chakra energy. There's a lot you're going to be able to materialize for yourself. That's aligned with the life that you've always wanted. For sure. You're going to find your place. You're finding your place. You're finding a place where you feel comfortable to be yourself. And this is allowing you to tap into a kind of happiness you've never experienced before. Like, it's just a nirvana with this 10 of Cups. It's like, I can already hear the words. Like, I've never been this happy before. I can't believe I'm this happy. This is amazing. This is what you're working towards. This is why we do the inner work. It's like we get to have all forms of abundance shows up in our life. All forms of abundance. So there could be family. You're manifesting family. A person to share your life with. Friends. Kids. Friends again. More friends. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just final alignment message, and I'll end this reading. Oh my gosh. I love it. So we have your Jupiter and Sagittarius in the 6th house. So the 6th house is all about purification, healing, doing that inner work that we need to do. We have Jupiter here, which is about the guru, and it's in Sagittarius. So again, your alignment work is just getting more attuned with like seeking that knowledge of the universe. And I think the more comfortable you sit with this information, this knowledge that you're acquiring, the more comfortable you're going to feel with sharing it, because you got Mercury here. There's some part of you that just really wants to express it and share this experience with people. So this is what you're being called to do. Is like, you're doing your purification. Go talk about it. Go share the love here with the 10 of Cups, 3 of Cups. Go share the love with people. Show them what is this thing, this happiness that you're tapping into, this growth. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end your reading here. Group number 1, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know if it resonated. Have a beautiful day or evening. If you'd like to work with me personally, all my information is down below. Let me say that again, because I feel like I slurred my words. All my information is down below. Down below. All right, bye. Hi, group number 2. If you chose the citrine, then this is going to be your reading. So today we're looking into what karmic release is taking place in your life. And we're also going to look into what it's making space for in your life as well. Okay, so as usual, I pull energies, then I read the crystal, and then I pull cards. Guides, sell me into the energies of group number 2. The energy that you're tapping into, it feels like the world is your oyster. Like, I'm seeing someone stand at a fork in the road, but they don't feel like they're lost. It's like they feel like they have more access to more around them than they ever had before. They feel like they have more pathways. So whereas before it felt very limited, I think it's like the blockages has been undone, and then now you can see there are actually many different pathways for you. There are many different options. You're not limited to just one way of being. So I think you're feeling more free to explore. You might feel more free to move, travel, have new life experiences. It's just, the sky's the limit. That's kind of the energy you're tapping into now. It's like this abundance, right? We're understanding we have so much more available to us. Yeah. So I was getting like the imagery of like a rocket, like it's time for takeoff. I feel like I'm feeling like you're ready to take off. Whereas before, it feels very much like a child who's ready to leave home. I feel like you're more ready to just do things on your own, be more independent. Whereas before, you're like, I don't know how I can do this. Now you're like, oh, okay, there's so many ways I can do this. It's like, what can happen actually? I'm so excited for what is unfolding in my life or what can unfold in my life. I want to go find out. You know, like the rocket goes into space and it's about like spatial exploration, and space is infinite. I think the world just feels infinite to you. You feel like I can go explore, I can go do, and I'm gonna land wherever I'm gonna be wherever I need to be. Very much about like being more present. This ability, tapping into being more present, is giving you this access to feeling more infinite in your expression. I think you're also allowing yourself to feel a lot more wise, feel a lot more. I think you're asking yourself, what are my needs? Because I'm getting this energy of like someone who maybe was putting more of their attention on other people, or other people were taking their attention, or the world was distracting them from their destiny, or something was distracting them. Perhaps there's a situation that felt like it was distracting you from who you really are. Now you feel like, okay, it's my time. It's my time to go. It's my time to explore. It's my time to figure out who I am. It's time for me to use my wings. It's time for me to spread my wings and just go free. I'm getting like a lot of freedom for you. That's like the main thing. So yeah, very huge, I would say very huge karmic release, feeling really free to just be in this world. You know, whereas before it felt maybe very limiting, you're tapping into this energy of like, it feels more free to be. I can be more free. So you guys chose the citrine. You know, obviously citrine is usually about abundance. It's usually tapped into abundance and prosperity. I think confusion might have been one of the things, or like needing or desiring clarity was one of the things that you struggled with a lot, because I'm seeing like a lot of energy in this crystal. And it just feels like there's a lot going on. And I think you're becoming a lot more okay with like, okay, sometimes you just don't know. You don't know what you don't know until you just explore and you try things out. And I think you're feeling more willing to like take a step out. Like I'm seeing someone step out of their house and the sun is out and they're like seeing the sunlight and they're like, oh, it burns, but I'm so ready to explore and see the world now. Whereas before I was not going anywhere. I wasn't really doing much of anything because I wasn't tapped into my inner heart source. I'm really getting a sense of like, you're at this point where it's like, okay, I really want to know what I'm good at. I really want to know now, like, what I'm here for, what my purpose is, what I'm here to do. It's kind of the energy I'm getting for you. It's like, what am I here to do? Who am I here to be? I want to explore all of these options. Yeah, so I think you're liking that you have options, or you feel like you have options, and you feel like, okay, let's start somewhere. I think one of your limiting beliefs, feels like a limiting belief that you had before was, for some of you, it feels like you had a very distinctive pathway, or like your parents wanted you to do something like, hey, we want you to become a doctor, or we want you to become a this or that. And you're like, okay, you know, I'm smart, I can do this. I'm feeling like strict parenting, or your parents influenced you very heavily in the way that you lived your life is what I'm getting. And it kind of cut into your confidence and trusting yourself. I mean, they didn't know that they were doing that. You didn't know that you were doing that because they're probably thinking, okay, we're just trying to make sure you're safe and you're living a good life. But then you realize, oh, wait a second. This isn't this isn't what I'm wanting. This isn't me is what I'm hearing. This isn't me. I want to go find out who I am. Yeah, so I think confusion is one of the main things for you that felt yeah, it's like I don't know what I'm being called to do. I don't know why I'm here. But I think this is beautiful because that's exactly where everyone starts. It's like they start in that place of like, I don't know. And even the people who do know, they get back to a place of I don't know. And their world keeps expanding. So I think you're in this place where you're ready for your world to expand even further. regardless of what place you are at in your life, whether you feel like you've acquired a lot of knowledge or you are kind of in the beginning stage of your awakening. Okay, so guides, tell us about this group's karmic release. So let me pull a nakshatra for you. And yeah. Okay. Ooh, very specific. Rohini, number 4. Very interesting. Rohini is a very abundant nakshatra. It's in Taurus. 4 is about stability. Okay, that makes sense. You guys got the citrine. So yeah, I think a lot of what trapped you before had a lot to do with like materialism, or just feeling like I don't have enough money, or I don't have enough to take care of myself or pay the bills. And so you were on the path to like making sure, okay, I need to pay the bills. But then you realize, but if you're always chasing money or you're always chasing pay the bills, are you really thriving versus surviving? So money and abundance, feeling safe enough to leave home. That's probably why I was getting that family reference, because usually it's our family who embeds those ideas and that ideology into us, and then we feel trapped as adults, and we're like, and then we're always chasing pay the bills versus figure out who you are. You know, we're not told to put that first. We're not told to like go explore, go know who you are. Some people say it, but they always say it with a little bit of, but make sure you pay your bills, right? Make sure you're always paying those bills and working. But it's like I'm finding out the opposite is the truth. It's like the more you trust, the more your bills are just paid. It's crazy, but it works. Okay, so let's go ahead and look up Rohini. Why is Rohini being called for you? It has a lot to do with being safe, like materialism, like being safe in your body and whatnot. Rohini. Nakshatra number 4. Yeah, I think you're feeling like the world is your oyster. Life is beautiful. So it says here something about an ox cart. Just as the ox cart carries the harvested and ready-to-use produce, Rohini is supposed to be the carrier of all fruits of creation. Its relationship with the ox cart immediately suggests that it has a lot to do with all aspects of agriculture, cattle rearing, and all other activities involving material produce. The carry aspect of the ox cart relates Rohini to all kinds of conveniences. An ox cart is very earthy symbol, and as a matter of fact, Rohini is the most materialistic amongst the nakshatras. In ancient times, ox carts were the wheels of the commerce. Thus, the present day and age, Rohini relates to all kinds of commerce and financial dealings. So I think there's, in terms of like abundance, making money, all of this is kind of like upgrading for you. Like you're releasing your attachment to it has to come a certain way or it needs to look a certain way. Or you're trying to anyways. You might be struggling with it, which is totally normal. Yeah, so it says the fruits of all creation. I think instead of the evolved version, the unevolved version of Rohini is very materialistic. The evolved version of Rohini is very creative. So you're getting very creative with your materialistic life, with how you experience life. I think you're opening up to this. It's like, okay, I can create. So it says here, all Brahma does is create, create, and create. And the same is the case with Rohini. So it's connected to prosperity. It's connected to abundance. From this story, it's clear that Rohini is the most alluring amongst all nakshatras, just as money in the present day world spins people around. Rohini makes people and even gods chase after it in every way possible. So instead of you chasing money, it's so funny that I kept saying chase and then they're talking about chase. Instead of you chasing money, money's chasing you. So that's essentially the upgrade that's happening in your life, which is pretty freaking awesome, I gotta say. Rohini is the harbinger of agriculture and consequently civilization, as we understand it. It is a very productive nakshatra, which supports all types of growth. The growing of plants, when we put seeds into the earth, is a Rohini process. So I think most definitely you're opening up to the space of being blessed with some planting the right seeds. To me, it's like planting creative seeds that create a fruitful, abundant life for you versus, the seeds of pay the bills. Yeah, I think you're not literally, but also metaphorically planting seeds in your mind as well, different kinds of seeds of a different way of experiencing life. So connections may be important. Rohini is very attractive nakshatra. It says here, They're smooth talkers. They can be gentle and have seductive mannerisms. So I think you're being maybe tapping into your charisma as well, and attraction. Maybe feeling a lot more comfortable in your body as well. It says Rohini natives have tremendous fixity of purpose and preserve until their will is done. They usually have strong family values and tend to support those within their close circle. It is not possible for those outside their inner circle to hold their attention for long, as they are very quick to spot weaknesses in others. Dang, y'all judgmental, huh? Despite their naturally fixed nature, they like to quickly flit through people when it comes to social and communal interactions. When working through their lower natures, Rohini natives are cool and suave opportunists who have a knack for extracting favors and financial support from others. Okay. Sorry, I just got taken to Donald Trump. Sorry about that. Okay. Rohini natives are usually conservative to a degree, but at the same time, they're open to new influences. The conservative part of their nature comes out strongly when it comes to preserving the body. Rohini is very strongly related to the life force within us. Yeah, I think you guys are very much about making sure you're financially just like good and safe. But again, the evolved version is creativity. So I think you're learning how to be more open to how you can creatively bring abundance into your life. Awesome. I'm excited for this reading. So let's go ahead and see what they want to let us know. So we have here Palladian activation, coming together, harmony in the heavens, resolution. Okay, I'm going to have to read the book for that one. It is connected to feminine energy. Rohini, Taurus energy is a feminine sign. Okay. Tell us more about the karmic release that this group is experiencing, guys. I told myself only 20 minutes, but that's not happening. Okay, we have here Seven of Swords, we have the Moon, and Temperance. Okay, so there's a lot about having to be honest and retrain your values, what I'm hearing. You're needing to retrain your values. So like before, maybe we're valuing things that were kind of like superficial. We're having to be honest with ourselves about what we actually do value. And I think you're coming to understand it's like the inner world that you want to enrich, not the outer world. It's like not the more we surround ourselves with nice things, this is going to make us feel fulfilled. You're tapping into, instead of surrounding yourself with things, how do I build an inner rich world within myself? How do I feel attuned to myself and listen to my intuition better about what I need to do and how I need to live, or how I'm being called to live? Tell us more about the karmic release happening in this group's life. Look at that, Nine of Cups, fulfillment. Yep, you're finding out what actually fulfills you. Look at that, money, Nine of Pentacles, and Six of Wands. I feel like you're moving away from what you think is popular and just moving towards what makes you feel good. What makes you feel good? What makes you feel good? Victorious, alive, thriving. I think you're really trying to embrace a life of thriving and fulfillment, for sure. Whoa, that was a strong confirmation. Let's go ahead and look up the Palladian activation. So it looks like a snowflake. I was actually seeing something, actually the first thing that came to mind, it's crazy. I said a fork in the road, right? A fork has four lanes, like a cross. And I was getting like, there's something about balance, and then there's temperance. So coming up for you guys. So you guys are finding a way to balance your energy. And I think it's like, the balance I'm getting, it has a lot to do with just feeling balanced in life in general. And we have here harmony. So I think you're creating a lot more harmony within yourself, in your life. Resolution, this has to do with, I think definitely those past connections that felt like they were an uphill battle. You're releasing this. You're overcoming that challenge. Maybe you're finding a way to resolve or communicate or talk to those you love better. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at, wow, it opened right up to it. The Pleiades, also known as the Seven Sisters, is an open star cluster found in the northwest of the constellation Taurus. Guys, dude, the synchronicity is insane. Taurus. These bright blue luminous stars, which formed in the last 100 million years, are among the stars closest to the Earth and are a cluster most obvious to the naked eye. Oh, so you can look up at the sky and see them. It is for this reason that they have been connected to many spiritual traditions through the ages. This gateway transports us to a space where we can witness the great coming together of the Pleiades. Each and every single star within the cluster is a representation of nation of divine beings. The Pleiadians are said to be human-like beings who honor the feminine and live in an advanced way that we on Earth could also experience. If we were to accept and honor the holiness of the female body, if we were able to travel to the Pleiades in the third dimensional world. So they talked about the female body, and we talked about being comfortable in your body. We got 9 of Pentacles. To me, this is kind of like be comfortable with your earthy energy, being comfortable in your body. If we were able to travel to the Pleiades in the third dimensional world, we would not find these beings. However, for they have transcended the physical state and operate on a higher vibration. So you're more about tuning into your inner vibration. That's what you're opening yourself up to. Pleiadian energy is about coming together in peace and harmony. You are blessed to receive this gateway, for it is a powerful message of assurance that whatever uncomfortable energy you are experiencing right now will soon be washed away. The Pleiades are beings who live in complete honor of all their planets and their people. They acknowledge that in seeing and connecting with one another, they have an opportunity to see and experience the divine. They also know the consequences of disrespecting others. That takes me back to that conservative energy. It's for this reason, and the family values as well. It's for this reason that it is no longer possible for them. If you're being challenged by loved ones now, aim to shift the dynamics of this relationship through a loving approach. The lesson you're facing at this time is the opportunity to heal old wounds and operate from a higher state of being. Okay. All right, so let's just go ahead and see. I'm just going to pull cards and we'll see what wants to come through. Thank goodness. I'm like, lately the imprisonment card likes to come out, and I'm like, please, not the imprisonment card. We have here at the courthouse. So that's about you tapping into your power. I think you're feeling a lot more empowered now because you realize your power is internal and you realize it's infinite. That's why we want to tap into that infinite power, because it's infinite. It's not, no one can take it. No one can take it. I was actually seeing an owl, and an owl with a heart on it. So yeah, I think you're becoming a lot more wise through your challenging experiences. Tell us more, guides. Yeah, I think you're calling in some level of status in your life, or you're trying to reach some kind of status or reach some kind of that's it. I mean, it's empowerment though. To me, 6 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles with the 9 of Cups, and this courthouse is like, that's all about empowerment energy we're activating. We have here 18, best possible decision. Artemis, goddess of the bow, help me see what must be known. So you're learning how to make better decisions for yourself. This pale blue reminds me of like coming out of a place of limited safety. Artemis also connects me to the energy of groundedness and focusing. So she's all about that bow hitting right on target. I think abundance is just kind of what you're meant for sure. And you're learning how to elevate this though. You're learning how to elevate this. So you're learning how to make better decisions for yourself and be like, make to me the best possible decision is about, instead of making a decision based off of what our family thinks is right, we make a decision based off of what we feel or sense, right, intuitively is right for us. So we have your Sagittarius, the moon, Pisces, Cancer, or Pisces? I can't remember. I think it's, okay. Craziness. Tell us more, guides. Yeah, so you're doing a beautiful job at alchemizing. To me, it just feels like family stuff. But I think this group, it doesn't feel like you have too much like heaviness around you. It's just a matter of like you deciding to follow your dreams and you redirecting that energy better. That's what you're understanding is important for you. Message in a bottle. What the? Number 15. That could be about intuitive downloads. You know, it's like a bottle in the middle. It's a bottle with a telephone in it in the middle of the water with a stork on top. And the stork to me is like a birth of anything. Birth of anything. Okay, so let me just pull more cards. We'll keep going. A lot of blue showing up for you. So maybe there is something about your throat chakra that's very important. House 9 and House 3. Oh, nice. These houses are opposite of each other, so that's really, really nice combo. Yeah, so there's something about communication, spirituality. I think this is about learning. It's about learning. It's about processing, maybe even talking about it and sharing it with other people. But overall, what's coming through is like you're getting the messages. You're getting it. You're getting it. Like it's not about like understanding, but you're feeling more attuned to the universal language. You're feeling more attuned to, it's like a lot, because we have your community, learning. I think you're just happily educating yourself on how this world works and operates, truly. How the universe works and operates. Clarify the message in the bottle, please. To me, I'm getting a lot of clarity because the water looks like so crystal clear. So I think you're finding a lot of clarity. Clarify the message in a bottle. If you're, look again about the choices and the confusion. We got 7 of Cups. We got the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, so let me pull another one. Tell me more about the message in the bottle. So this is definitely about career. King of Pentacles. Okay. So for some of you, this is like this actually might be a mother and father. So it might be a mother and father and maybe what they told you and it caused you some confusion about how you're supposed to move forward in life. It could also be a counterpart who's here to kind of help you, or someone in your life who's here to help you find a way to stabilize or find your abundance or find your path to abundance or prosperity that's coming through. Tell us more about this message in a bottle. Usually that's about a message coming to you, right? The King of Cups wanted to come out. Let's go ahead and keep pulling. We got the Knight of Cups. Okay, gotcha. All right, well, if this person isn't already in your life, there's a clear message that they're coming into your life. This is someone who you're here to build with. Yeah, you guys are here to build like the life that you guys have always wanted. That's very much intuitive. This is someone who matches you because we got the Queen and the King of Pentacles. But yeah, there's someone who's a part of your journey in general. I think who's just part of your journey in general. I think you're figuring things out on your own, but I think this person is, I don't even get the Knight of Cups. Clarify the 7 of Cups for me. Oh my God, you get the 4 of Wands. Okay. Nice. Yeah, if this person isn't in your life yet, I think they're coming into your life. This is someone who's entering into your life. Someone who, yeah, this is like the marriage to me. I mean, it feels like a marriage to me. There's nothing else to say, but that's a message that wants to come through for you. If you feel like there's not someone for you, there is someone for you. There is someone who you're here to share a life with and build a life with. Someone who's also just as abundant or abundant, that the way that they want abundance in their life, yeah. They're interested in building abundance, but because we have the Knight of Cups, I feel like this person is coming towards you. That's why we have the message in the bottle. It's like this person's going to reach out to you, make the first move, perhaps. Maybe they'll see you across the room and they'll be like, hey, I want to talk to you. And it's just going to spark something. So that's really cool. It's something to get excited about. With the House 3, communication, talking to people. Perhaps you're going to, this person shares the same philosophy as life with you with the House 9. Okay. Tell us, whoa. Okay. Well, okay. So dreams, you got a lot about dreams. Yeah, you want to build the dream life. So this is what they're saying is like accessible to you. It's going to be very important for you to distinguish and discriminate with that Rohini energy, talking about discriminate. Make sure you're also limiting who gets to be or access your energy, because you're allowed to do that. We have your freedom. You're tapping into a life where it's going to feel like abundant, free, more free to express, free to be, free to live and do the things that you've always wanted to do, and courage. It's going to take courage for you to do that. It's going to take courage for you to build that for yourself. So keep believing, keep trusting it. All right, let's just do some advice cards and then we'll end it. Look at that. You're accessing dreams, courage, freedom, and boundaries. Yeah, I think the boundaries again with the family, but it's like in general, when people give advice, it's like, we don't need to take everything they say. Yeah. So yeah, with the 7 of Cups, I was also representing the fantasy, right? This person is like, they want to create the fantasy life. Like you can create the fantasy life. It's like whatever you dream of. There's no, I don't know, people have sometimes people say like, okay, if you follow a spiritual path, you're not allowed to be abundant. And I'm like, that makes no sense, because spirituality is about the everything, right? It's about the everything. There are no limits. Like, you have access to all pathways. So wouldn't abundance be able to come into your life effortlessly? Yes. So we have here Hilarion, divine healing. Honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. Beautiful. I'm going to read that one. But look at that green. So rich and bright. Emerald. Like an emerald. I don't know what the... Let me go ahead and look up the significance about the emerald. Let me silence this. Emerald symbolism encompasses not only royalty, but also wit, eloquence, and foresight. It's a symbol of truth and love. In ancient Greek and Rome, emerald was said to be the gemstone of the goddess Venus, purveyor of love and hope. On the other side of the world, emeralds were revered by the Incas and believed by Egyptians to be a source of eternal life. Oh my gosh, that's intense. You know what's weird? I was seeing a owl with a heart on its chest. So to me, the heart on the owl symbolizes the more you tap into your wisdom, like your inner wisdom, the more you're going to align with people who are of the same. It's like, follow your heart. Your heart is wise. Your heart knows. It knows. It'll give you direction. There's no confusion. Also green, heart chakra, green. Follow your heart. That's so funny because I didn't remember. I forgot. Like, heart chakra is green. Okay, we have here. So they're talking about honoring your sensitivity. So this is about honoring you, honoring yourself, honoring your emotions, honoring what you want, honoring your desires, honoring your truth. Hilarion is a spiritual master who lived in the Middle East during the 4th century. At the age of 15, he felt the call to go to the retreat St. Anthony in the Egyptian desert. This was busy with people needing healing, so after a while he went back home with some monks. During the time his parents passed away, and it is said that Hilarion was so devoted to service, he gave all of their estate to his brothers and the poor. For the rest of his life, he lived as a hermit in a cave and was said to perform miracles with his prayers and touch. To this day, he is dedicated to healing, but he also helps spiritual people who feel overly sensitive to overcome their challenges and integrate with the normal world. The world can seem overwhelming to you, and it's okay to retreat into a safe space every now and then to cleanse and recharge your energy. I see that's what boundaries came up. Yeah, so you're very sensitive, you're very intuitive, very empathic. A lot of people who dive into this world tend to be. The thing is, sensitivity is more like alignment, but sensitivity when it's overdone can be like very confusing because it's like, oh, I'm so sensitive, everything hurts my feelings. But when we ground ourselves more, we make sure we do our meditation, we get more in our body, then things don't affect us as much. And sensitivity is actually a superpower. Okay, to this day, he's dedicated to healing. The world can seem overwhelming to you. It's okay to retreat to a safe space every now and then to cleanse and recharge your energy. You may feel called to serve others or share your healing with them, but please ensure you are filled up with light, love, and energy first, so that you are not sacrificing your own development for others. You are surrounded by the healing light of Hilarion and the healing angels at this time so that you can recharge and feel whole. Yeah. So I think that's very specific, very direct advice about what they want you to do right now. Now's a really good time to retreat because you have a lot of light to give and offer people, and in order for that to be recharged or charged up, you need to charge up. We have your temporary situation. Okay. Yeah, so I think maybe you're in a place where, again, the crossroads, where you feel like, okay, maybe I don't know where I'm going right now or what direction is right for me. But it's a temporary situation, so don't worry about this. You know, everything's temporary. Everything in life is a temporary situation. Happiness is temporary. Knowing is temporary. Not knowing is temporary. It's all temporary. We have here younger man. Dealing is a relationship with a younger man. I feel like this is this person. They're showing up as a King of Pentacles next to your Queen of Pentacles. Well, I I feel like that's their energy. It feels like more masculine because we have more feminines who watch this. But maybe you are the King of Pentacles as well. If you are, I think you're the one who's reaching out. But I think this person has I almost want to say they're connected to this a little bit. I feel like they're very similar to you. I think they have quite a healing energy about them. They're sensitive. Tell us more about the younger man. If you're going to make that card come out, you better tell me more. Five of Wands. Oh, cool. Interesting. What? This is all over the place. We have here Eight of Wands. We have here the Empress. Five of Wands. And this is the Hangman. Okay, so I think this person is... they're going through a transformation in their life. That has to do with knowing themselves. I think they're going through an enlightenment process here. I think they're going through an enlightenment process where when it comes to their relationships or the people they're around, they're kind of realizing they need to surround themselves with better people, to put it directly, so that they can be in the space of self-love. Tell us more about the younger man. We have Hill. Two Cups. Yeah, that's your person. Yeah. Again, the younger man to me, it doesn't matter what age they are. I think they're going to be age appropriate. Because it's like the Two Cups. It's like we're equals. And we have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. It's like we're equal counterparts in this relationship. We're both mature. We're both grounded. Maybe even an earth sign. But they're also a romantic with the Knight of Cups, I think, as well. And they really care about other people's feelings, so they are sensitive. And I think with this, a lot of like the Pisces energy and the Cups energy showing up, and the Empress too, I think this person is abundant, but they're quite sensitive. And so they're trying to, with the Eight of Wands, like manifest a new experience, probably manifest you as well with this Empress energy, and surround themselves with better people. That's kind of where they're at in life right now. Okay, final alignment, and then we'll end it. Because I want to give a message to you at the end of this. Final alignment message. Neptune, Pisces. Wow, guys, this combo is insane. I don't usually get that. Neptune, Pisces in the 12th house. Dream big. Yeah, you are definitely very spiritual, very attuned. The world is your oyster. Anything is possible. There is no cap. The sky's the limit. Dream big. And the way that you're going to tap into this being able to dream big, and essentially the funny part is we got Rohini, right? At the start of your reading, right? That's about abundance. And we got the citrine, abundance. But the way that you are achieving your abundance is to making sure you energetically align, which means just essentially doing things that you love. You're doing things that you're passionate about, that you love, that keep your energy high, like healthy, good. Make sure you take care of yourself, and, don't surround yourself with any kind of person. 12th house is also kind of a hidden house. So it's like a house of retreat. When you're taking care of yourself, you're in retreat, you're in your own energy. This is so healthy for you. So keep doing that, because this magical energy, you tapping into your spirituality, you connecting with God, is what helps to open doors for you. And is probably going to manifest this person into your life too. But they're going to reach out either way. So I think you're already on your way to manifesting them. Okay, that's going to be the end of your reading, group number 2. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know if it resonated. If you'd like to work with me personally to give you an individualized reading about what's going on in your life, if you'd like to work through your career choices and kind of figure out what your destiny is or your calling is, go ahead and hit me up. Hit me up on my email and let me know what's going on. Have a beautiful day or evening. Bye. Hey, pile number 3, if you chose a lapis lazuli, then this is going to be your reading. So I'm back from eating, and typically when I eat, I get really, my throat gets all saliva-y. Well, that's a professional word for you if you haven't heard one before. So let me just clear my throat a little bit more as I'm doing this. So as usual, I like to pull energies, and then I like to pull energies from the crystal, and then I like to pull cards, tarot and oracle. So let's go ahead and get started, and let's find out, what are you karmically releasing and making space for in your life? Guides, dial me into the energies of group number 3, please. Okay. The first thing I'm getting is the number 4. So stability. Feeling more stable, feeling more grounded. I'm seeing also a key. Or something accessing something. Let me see. Oh, no, it's more like direction. So if you've ever seen like a map, like Google Maps or something, and it has that little sign that's like a, what do you call it? It's shaped like a teardrop or upside down teardrop. I feel like you're having a sense for the direction, like, or where you want to go. It's like you have it kind of mapped out, like the next place, your target place. But this is an intuitive target that you've created within yourself. This isn't like, I'm going to go to, I don't know, let's say I'm going to go to Japan, and that's where I want to go. I think maybe you're getting a very specific direction, or you're being called to a specific place, but I feel like you're learning how to know what's your next move. So, for example, you might have a goal right now that you're like, okay, this is my goal. This is where I feel called to go. This is where I feel called to, the people I feel called to be around. This is what I feel called to work on. I think you have a really clear idea of where you're going next is kind of what it is. Kind of like intuitive as well. Like you're picking up intuitively where you're going next in life. But yeah, there's something about stability here. It's like you're feeling very stable in yourself because now you know it doesn't matter where you go, or you're opening up to this. Like, it doesn't matter where you go. You're always going to know how to ground yourself because it's an experience you keep with you and you take with you. So you might be developing a really good meditative practice right now. Yeah, the four kind of looks like a flag too. So again, there's something about maybe you are feeling called to a specific destination or location, but it might just be destiny in general. Like you know what your calling is. The flag just to me represents, I know where to go. I know where I'm supposed to be. Or I know what I'm supposed to be doing in my life right now. There's something beautiful about like ancestral help or connecting to nature that feels very important for you as well. Yeah, I'm seeing trees and energy. Something about connecting to the energy of life, or the energy of life. Yeah, the energy of life. Like energy is just around you. Or maybe sensing it or picking up on it or feeling attuned to it or sensitive to it. There's a lot about being centered that's coming through. It's like you're not really letting anything distract you right now. You're finding a way to like stabilize even in spite of. Maybe feeling distracted from time to time. I think also feeling content with where you're at. I think that's what the flag symbolizes too. It's like no need to go anywhere, actually. Maybe some of you do feel called somewhere, but it's like no need to be anxious about going anywhere. I'm exactly where I need to be. Like the flag to me is like, I'm here. That's right. It's like, I'm here. I've arrived. I'm exactly where I need to be. That's why you know exactly where you need to go, because you know that wherever you take yourself is where you need to be. Being present, being in the present moment. And I feel like this is opening up a pathway for you to take on a lot of, open up to a life of adventure. So I feel like you're going to have an opportunity now to experience so much more, because now you understand, or you feel more attuned to being very present. And this feels like it's going to open up a lot of doors to a lot of adventure for you. That's like the ironic thing, is like you being okay with where you're at in life energetically, as well as maybe even physically, is opening the doors for you to like invitations for you to go somewhere, or for you to be attuned into being called to go somewhere as well. I'm hearing the words pick up, drop off, pick up, drop off. Seizing the moment, seizing the day. The movement is kind of fast. I'm trying to figure out what that... It was like a claw, and it was like grabbing at things, or like moving. Okay, so something energetically is picking up in your life. So I think maybe you've been in a place where things have been very steady, And the thing is, I feel like for you, it was supposed to be. It was like you were supposed to be going through a steady journey right now because things are about to pick up, things are about to move and accelerate. Like 8 of Wands energy for you. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and see. The crystal. You got the lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli. I mean, I always think of this as my creative crystal. It's a very beautiful crystal. It's quite impressive energy. I have to look really close because I took my contacts out. And my glasses are off as well. I don't know why I'm hearing the term Ghostbusters. I don't really know much about Ghostbusters. Okay, maybe you're feeling more free to explore the supernatural worlds. Like the supernatural, basically the energetic energy around you. I mean, ghosts might be something that you're interested in, but I think you're more interested in the invisible, or you're more interested in like exploring what that means or understanding what that means, the esoteric knowledge. I feel like you're going to be meeting a lot of people in the next chapter of your life. Like this is what I think you've done a huge karmic release because your energy feels open to so much. It feels open to adventure, open to meeting new people, open to just life. I'm seeing a lot of connections. You're going to meet friends, people, teachers. You know, there's just a lot about socializing here. Anything else you want to tell me, Crystal? Kind of seeing a diamond. No, it's more like a Buddha. There's just something about vibration. Okay, your vibration is raising. Like, you're going to... Okay, what you're stepping into mastering your vibration. Because your energy is starting to move fast or high or intensely. And it's like emanating very powerfully from you. So your aura is kind of doing this. Your energy is doing this. And so things are going to be coming to your life quite... Like, you're going to be manifesting quite effortlessly. It's like if you always had this dream to go somewhere, it's going to become like a reality like nothing. And it's going to become the norm for you to just do what you want. Whereas, you know, before you're like, maybe I have to budget for this experience, or I have to think about how I'm going to bring this into my life. It's not something you have to think about anymore. It's just going to be normalized for you. Wow, that's so cool. But yeah, you're about to go on an adventure is what I'm picking up. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some cards. So glad I took a break because I was feeling kind of tired, and now I feel very excited to find out. Okay, so let's... Oops. Keep knocking my little Christmas balls off of the tree. Okay. So what are you feeling called... Or, yeah, tell us more about this group, guides. We'll just see whatever comes up. I'm excited. Oh my gosh, you got Baharani. Baharani is in Aries. It's the second nakshatra. Pretty powerful. It's connected to Venus. I do know that. It's also connected to death, rebirth. Oh, and the world, like the invisible realms. If you ever look at Baharani, Claire Nocti has a research video on Baharani, and it's so fascinating. There might be something about soulmates, connections, people, soul contracts coming through, people from past lives. You're meeting up with people from past lives that's coming through as well. It's very intense nakshatra. It's connected to the female reproductive part. So we have 2. So I think 1 and 2, if you think about Adam and Eve. Eve was made from Adam's rib, so they're like 1 and 2, right? They're a duo. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and see more on Baharani. The main symbol of this asterism is I'm not going to say here, is the female sexual organ. I'll say that one though. In effect, all the female reproductive organs can be seen as the symbols of this nakshatra. In all ancient cultures, these organs as symbols were seen to represent the fertility aspect of nature. In the Egyptian civilization, the female reproductive organ is symbolically represented as the buckle of Isis and is seen as a doorway between different worlds. So yeah, I think you're becoming very open to like other worlds or the supernatural, you might actually, I think your intuition or your psychic abilities are going to be enhancing quite a bit. I think you're going to be seeing more, sensing more around you. The Vedic point of view also describes birth, death, transformation, and regeneration to the feminine reproductive symbols. They are also seen to represent restraint, caution, jealousy, secrecy, forbearance, struggle, sacrifice, catharsis, sexuality, nurturing, and maternal love. Bharani therefore carries all of the above mentioned attributes. Wow. Since a soul finds its entry from the astral plane to the physical worlds of living through the female sex organ, it is not very hard to see the doorway connotation associated with this symbolism, as we shall discover later. Yama, the Lord of Death, and the one of the 8 doorkeepers between the physical and the other worlds, is the ruling deity of this nakshatra. The womb, as we know, carries the new life in the form of a fetus for several months before it finally finds itself manifested in the world. Yeah, so it's almost like you're going to have like a doorway to the energetic realms. So you're going to like literally like manifest things so easily because the door is just so easy for you to open and access. But you also get a lot of downloads and be very much in tune with spirit and your guides. We have here, in the same way Bharani allows things to brew on subtle planes before they suddenly take outer material forms. In the case of childbirths, it is usually very hard to predict which day the water is going to break. The same is the case with the revolutions, which usually brew within the heart and minds of people for a while before suddenly erupting. The same is applicable to death as well. This makes Bharani an unpredictable nakshatra which operates in hidden ways and revels in secrecy. A boat is the alternative symbol of this nakshatra. It again symbolizes transportation between different planes and realms of existence. Bharani is thus a nakshatra directly related to the process of birth, death, and regeneration, at least on the earthly plane of existence. Yama, the Lord of Death, is considered the main presiding deity of this asterism. He's supposed to be one of the 8 celestial gatekeepers who guard the 8 directional doorways or exits through which the souls travel from the earthly plane to the other planes of existence. In the Vedic text, he is mostly seen as the Lord of Dharma. This apparent mixing of deities of the death and Dharma may not be instantly clear to the Western reader. That's us. However, when seen in the light of the fact that it is Yama's duty to assign the life paths for the souls who have left their earthly bodies, it becomes clear that he has to be well versed in the laws of karma and dharma. Yama, despite being the Lord of Death, is a very jovial deity. His lightheartedness finds expression through Bharani's playfulness and joyousness. It is up to Yama to weigh our actions in the present life so that we can be assigned an appropriate new life. He is thus a benevolent deity and should not be feared. Yama is only feared by those who fear death and those whose karmas are not good. Yama is privy to many of the secrecy functions of Maya. Bharani also holds within itself the complete understanding of all the processes of life, death, birth, and death. Kali, the dark, destructive form of poverty, is one of the 3 main female deities upholding our universe. Just like Yama, Kali is also considered a deity to be feared. Kali's function, however, is just to kill the demons within and without. Her form has to be terrifying because the entities she deals with are themselves cruel and fierce. Her involvement with this nakshatra implies that Bharani is a sort of battlefield between opposing qualities of nature. It is here where the distinction between the right and wrong, good and bad, godly and demonic is made. The process of uprooting the negative side begins. Bharani deals with extremes, and the process becomes the most extreme amongst nakshatras. Extreme is one of the words that sums Bharani's essential nature and functioning. It swings between polar opposites, like Puritanism and Bohemia, naivete and wisdom, maturity and immaturity, and life and death. Bharani is a representative of the desire aspect of nature, thus, in a way, a lust for life and fear of death. Bharani is a 16-year-old girl on the verge of deflowering, a baby in the womb, or a person facing the Yamadutas. Because of its childlike quality, Bharani is one of the most eager, break the social norms or taboos one way or the other. It is a highly explosive energy which cannot usually be controlled within any societal structure. Oh my gosh, are we 17 minutes in? Okay, you guys, I'm sorry, your reading's gonna be long. That was so good. That was so good. I had to keep reading it. So there might be something about I feel like you're going to be like the chapter you're moving into your life is going to feel very dramatic. It's going to feel very like different. Like you're going to be, to me, it felt like manifesting very powerfully. They were talking about knowing about death. There might be something about overcoming death or overcoming a fear of death or feeling a lot more fearless. That a chapter you're stepping into as well. All right, so let's go ahead and see, guys, what else you want to tell us about this group. Oop, we got one right away. Earth Star activation, anchoring, grounded action, Isis energy. Yeah, we were talking about grounding and I was seeing number 4. So I think you're most definitely getting attuned to your existence here on Earth. There's a deep anchoring, groundedness that's happening. I think it's just you're ready to live. Isis energy. Isis is about rebirth. So there's this embrace, this desire to embrace being alive and feeling alive. That's happening within you. Ready to manifest, ready to live, ready to live a life of adventure. Isis is also connected to death. And yeah, death and rebirth. I just said it. Okay, tell us more about this group, guys, in terms of karmic release that's happening for them. Let's see what you're karmic releasing. Tell us more. Clarify that card. Whoop. Okay, we have here 2 of Cups. Yeah, there's relationships coming. 3 of Pentacles. Yep. 7th card. Yeah, so even though we're talking about karmic release, I feel like people are coming into your life because I saw so many people. You're about to meet a lot of different people that you wouldn't have met before unless you have come to this place of being able to karmic release and just, feel more alive or present in your body. Let me just read a little bit on the Earth Star activation since I haven't seen that card, rarely. And I want to see if they have any additional info. The Earth Star chakra found, connects us with our soul wisdom of Mother Earth. It's our gateway to the underworld of the Earth, a space of sacred magic and mystery where we will find a lot of tools, gifts, and skills the ancients used to connect with the earth and her wisdom. The Egyptian goddess Isis appears on this card as our spiritual guide. She's a high priestess of the stars who knows the importance of connecting with the underworld to stay grounded. So they're talking about Kali, Yama, all about death, and then they're talking about Isis. So there's something about being okay with death or being attuned to that and understanding like death and birth are kind of the same. They're part of the same doorway. These tools could be helpful on the next phase of your journey. Anchor down and go digging within to find any parts of your magic, wisdom, and experiences you have pushed down, both in this incarnation and in previous lifetimes. These tools could be helpful on the next phase of your journey. So there it is, the talk about the lifetime. So there's something about lifetime, karma, dharma that's showing up for you very powerfully. When you draw this card, know your Earth Star has been activated and the wisdom you once ignored is finally being acknowledged. The rejected parts of yourself have now been rediscovered. There we go. There is an opportunity for you to rediscover magic too, but stay firmly rooted in all of your endeavors. Let the earth hold and sustain you. Don't rush ahead. Didn't I talk about that? In fact, if you've been wondering if it's time to move forward, know that it isn't. Stay put for the time being. Oh, they are saying, wow, it's very specific. Important information is about to be revealed, so wait and stand strong. This is a time of integration and rest rather than pushing forward. Great wisdom lies within you. Dive deep and find it and trust in yourself. You have more strength than you realize. Okay, so there's a huge, very clear message about just being content with where you're at right now. Because you're essentially absorbing, getting access to claiming these parts of yourselves. Like it could be ancient wisdom, knowledge, tuning in with yourself better. Tell us more about the Two of Cups, guys. Lovers. Okay, yeah, there's strong. I think karmic releasing, in order for us to bring in like new connections and healthy connections into our lives, we have to heal the ones that were not working before. So I feel like you're finding a deep sense of alignment. You know what's funny? wasn't I talking about Adam and Eve with this group? Was I talking about Adam and Eve? Oh no, I was talking about, yeah, I was too. Or something like that. Anyways, Adam and Eve, right? There's something about being connected to someone, I think, from your past life that's very, like, coming through very powerfully here. But there's also some healing that you've been doing around connections as well. And you've been like realizing your value here with the Strength card. By you tapping into the vulnerability and understanding like you have some hurt emotions that needed healing and releasing that, that's how all of these new connections are going to be able to come into your life. And there's a significant connection here. If you don't already have your, like, your person, it looks like there's a soulmate connection that wants to be very much activated for you next. This is part of the next chapter of your life, but there's a very significant connection here. A lot about connections. Anything else you want to tell me about? Yeah, it couldn't be more obvious. Tell me more about the Strength card. Let's see what's that about. Five of Pentacles. So it is reversed, which is awesome. Yeah, so Five of Pentacles, it's all about shifting your reality and changing your perception of the way that you see and view life. I feel like you're just feeling a lot more free to access life in general, to know that it's here at your fingertips, and to know it's not necessarily about going somewhere more than it's about being present. But it is going to take you being present in your body is going to allow you to access the more in the universe. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some more cards for you. I'm so excited. We've already been talking for 20 minutes, and I'm like, dang. Dang. Pisces. I was going to say Scorpio, but it's Pisces. We have your yin. Yeah, there's a lot about connections, emotions, feeling creative, intuitive, connected to your spirituality that's coming through. Yeah, you're just accessing this, like, life is a canvas. This is what you're accessing. Life is a canvas. You're honoring your emotions more. I already said that. And then the Pisces came out. So you're honoring your emotions. You're honoring that you are a sensitive, creative, intuitive individual who, it's like when you look at that and you see yourself deeply, the world is your oyster. You can do anything. You can go and create any kind of experience out here. Whatever it is you desire. To me, Pisces, it's also the ocean. It's the ocean of emotion. So it's like now you're accessing this, like, deep, internally rich world within yourself. And they kept talking about death and rebirth, which to me, it is kind of like these worlds, right? These worlds that exist, but it has nothing to do with, you can't go to them. You can't go to the death world not in this form anyways, but you might be able to access it energetically. It's like these energetic realms. So we have here No Place Like Home, 50. Talk about number 4. Yeah. They're just putting this emphasis again on staying where you're at. It's like you are home. So it's so funny. I was watching someone's video the other day and they're like, home is you. You are home. Home is a frequency. And I was like, yeah, pretty much. Home is wherever you choose it to be. But I think you're feeling a lot more home within yourself. So it's like the more comfortable and confident you feel in your body, with yourself, the more people are just going to align with you, because it's just, you become a magnet. It's like once you stop craving it so much, like someone needs to satisfy you or be your other half, it just, like, people come in. They just come in. That's when they come. Okay, tell us more. We're nosy. We want to know what's going on. Look at, guys. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Home again. 21. So you guys might actually have, like, a beautiful family connection. So it's like being with your family, connecting with your family. This is what's important to you. This is what you're valuing right now. It's like perhaps you're a mother or a father. You're valuing your connections, your wife, your children, your family. You're valuing them. And we got humor, uzume. Life is just, they were talking about humor and playfulness with Baharani. So you're tapping into that inner child, that playfulness. Even though it's a very intense nakshatra, you're not taking life too seriously. You're just realizing it's about, being present, and it's about what you create in the moment with the people you're with right now. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Mature man. So I think you're stepping into a place of maturity. To me, the mature man can also be like the masculine aspects of you that you're maturing. So that's about taking action, doing, being. Tell us more about the mature man. We have the Knight of Wands. So maybe before you were quite impulsive, right? Baharani can also be impulsive. It's in Aries. Maybe before you were impulsive and you just wanted to go do things and do this and do that, but now you're starting to calm down. And you're realizing, okay, let me calm down. Let me calm down. Let me be present with my people. Let me be present with my feelings. Maybe before you were so scared to sit with your feelings and it made you uncomfortable. And now you're like, okay, now it's time for me to mature. Instead of me being the Knight of Wands, which, the Knight of Wands, he has a mission. He is focused on creating things in his life, but he's not quite as settled as, a mature man energy would be. He's more restless. So maybe before you're quite restless, it's like, I need to go do things, I need to do this. But maybe you're at home and you're feeling a lot more creative. Before you felt like maybe you had to prove something. With this masculine energy is all about being out and seen, but they want you to be at home now. It's like, be at home, create intimate connections, create close connections with those that are in your life. That's what's important for you right now. Perhaps you were the adventurer, perhaps you were doing a lot of things, but it's like because you're enriching your inner world more, your outer world's going to become a lot more enriched too. So before, maybe you were trying to manifest things, you were trying to make the right connections, you were trying to meet the right people, but now the right people are just going to like show up in your life magically because you're aligned with yourself. You're not running away from yourself. That's what it is. You're not running away from yourself. You're like, okay, I like myself now, or I'm getting to know myself on a deeper level. Yeah, very cool. So beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, tell us more, guides. Yeah, maybe you're feeling like, okay, now's the time to settle and like have a family, or now's the time to just be with my family. Now's the time to just do all the creative hobbies I've always wanted to do. Whereas before I didn't, because in my mind I was like, if I'm out there creating abundance, maybe that's what I need to focus on. But now you're like, no, not that. I think even some of these these cards were reversed. So it's like actually less on work, more on you, more on focusing on like connecting to yourself emotionally, intuitively, and creatively. There's so much about humor. I think before, I think maybe you were just like so serious before. I don't know. Because they're really putting the emphasis on humor and like home. It's like, it's going to be more obvious. They want you to have fun and like have an adventure. I think maybe before you were trying to have fun, or you thought, or I don't know, maybe you were a workaholic and you're just really busy. But now they just want you to just like laugh and like take the mask off. Be yourself. Show your emotions. Fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. You must be a funny person. You must have a really good sense of humor. Maybe this is the part of yourself that you were denying, and you're reclaiming this part of yourself. You're reclaiming it. It's like, I just want to be here and I want to be present in my body. I want to enjoy life. It's like, oh my gosh, I totally get that energy, because I'm the type of person where I'm like, I don't feel like I have to do anything to like have, or like go anywhere to have fun. I can just have fun sitting by myself as I'm doing in front of this camera. I can just get lost in like my own inner world, and it is an enriching experience. But this is what they're wanting you to do, is like enrich your inner world. I think that might have been one of the, hold on, let me turn off the heater real quick. I'm hearing that like that's the key, that's like the missing piece for you, is that part of yourself that you maybe just ignored. Maybe you were just kind of numb to it before because maybe you were taught this, but now you're like, okay, maybe now it's time for me to feel safe. Like Justice, Libra energy, you're balancing out your energy, because we have like this feminine energy here. It's like you're balancing out all of this feminine energy in you that wants to be activated. And I think you're going to start creating some really beautiful things, right? Like treating life like it's a canvas, getting creative. Okay, advice card for this group. Oh, okay. That was so awkward. I was trying to catch it with my hand. That was weird. We have your Commander Esther, call to action, take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. Yeah, so there is a level of masculine energy you're needing to own within yourself. Aries is a leader. Commander Esther, call to action. Take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. To me, this is about authenticity. I think, with the Fool card, like you're learning how to feel more authentically yourself, authentically who you are, authentically attuned. We have here Mercury, open communication, get the weight off your chest, speak up with love, and be heard. Yeah, so people are probably going to be looking at you like, what, who are you? But they're going to get used to it, and I think they're going to like it. That's what I'm getting. You're kind of like in a reinvention phase of embracing yourself. I'm trying to see what other cards I haven't pulled yet for you. We have here, safe travel, keep me safe and let me roam. Far away, but bring me home. there it is about home again. Oh my goodness, they want you to stay home. This group's advice, don't leave your home. Stay home because that's the place to be. Safe travel, keep me safe, let me roam. Far away, but bring me home. Yeah. I think you're finding your home, like your internal home within yourself. You're just like, I'm at home within myself. And because I'm at home within myself, I'm more attuned to my needs. And I'm more attuned to the people who I resonate with. And I'm more attuned to just like everything on all levels. And also maybe diving into your spirituality too with that Pisces, that yin, like deep diving into your spirituality and the energetic realms that we were talking about earlier. Okay, tell me more about the safe travel. Because it's so funny because it's talking about travel, but then it says bring me home. Seven of Pentacles, tell me more. Oh, kind of craziness. Eight of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. Yeah. Stay home. This group, please stay home. Y'all need to stay home. Yeah, we have Ace of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. I wonder... Okay, maybe some of you are actually working on your homes. I don't know, like legitimately working on your home. Like working on building your home. And feeling more, I don't know, attuned to it. And maybe that's your dream. Your dream is to just have a beautiful home or to be comfortable in your home. Because we have here making investments with the Seven of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles, I mean, that's about money, but it's like, you know, home, stabilizing your energy. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning. Maybe you're going to find your home too. So you're going to find where your home is. There's like one theme throughout this whole reading. It's just so funny. I guess I could look more into connections for you. Advice for this group. Whoop. And I'll do one more. I feel like giving you one more. We have here, of course we do, ritual body worship, sacral chakra number 8. So this is about appreciating your body. Sacral chakra is all about listening to your gut to tell you where to go. So instead of you trying to calculate and think of like, where do I need to go next? You use your body. Your body is so wise. Use your body to align you with where you need to go, where you need to move, what's the next move. So 22 also adds up to 4. 4 about grounding and home. We got 8, which is about prosperity, abundance, and we have here 3 and 5, which add up to 8. So again, it's like what do I call this? Settling? This is like settling energy. I'm settling, I'm finding my place. So we have here elevate, support. Your advice is to understand that you're a lot more supported than you think, and you most definitely have support from your guides. So elevate, it's also about healing the mother wound. So if you have a relationship with your mother that was very difficult and challenging, and maybe this disrupted your energy to home. Maybe you even had a mom, perhaps. This is what's coming to mind, like that was a workaholic. So it didn't really feel like home at home. So you never felt that feeling before, or you were missing that growing up. It's like you just wanted a home. You wanted to feel safe and attuned, but that was kind of missing from the experience. Or perhaps your mom wasn't quite as present. So you had to learn how to create this nurturing experience within yourself and heal it within yourself. And yeah, that's what parents are there to teach us, is like, if they don't give it to us or teach it to us, then we teach it to ourselves in adulthood. And the elevate actually specifically talks about treating your mother like she's your child. So maybe you had I'm laughing because I've had these conversations with my mom. But maybe you were always you had to mature, or I don't know. The home life was just not as homey or as warm or attuned as you wanted it to be. Okay, should I take this? Oh my gosh, guys, I'm not gonna pull any more cards. This is new home, new attitude. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so you guys are getting a home. Big time. You're going to find out where your home is, or where you're going to be settling, or with the people too. Can you tell me more about the 3 of Pentacles? Let's see if there's more energy to uncover here. You know what I just heard? You know how you can be in a crowded room but still feel lonely? Maybe that was something you struggled with too. We have here a moon card. Oh, it's hidden. We don't need to know. It's a mystery. Okay, I feel like this is about people or connections coming to your life, or like magic. Go ahead and tell me more about that. 3 of Pentacles. Oh, that was craziness. King of Cups, Judgment card, and Hangman. Okay, yeah, very spiritual stuff here. Very spiritual. Yeah, they're talking a lot about the people you're going to meet moving forward are going to be very much spiritually aligned. Like karmic. It's not karmic. It's like, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. But with this Judgment card and the rebirth energy coming through again, there's a significance about like the people who you're going to be aligning with are just like very much spiritually your soul tribe. So this is your soul tribe. These are your people. Yeah. So you're going to be meeting up with people or connecting with people who you feel a lot more connected to. You want to tell me more about the Ace of Pentacles? High Priestess. Oh my gosh. Wow. There's so much mysterious energy around this group. What is going on? Yeah, you guys got the King of Cups, Judgment card, which is also connected to, is that Pluto? No. Why can't I remember what the Judgment is? Okay, I'm having a moment. But it is connected to rebirth, so I guess we can just kind of make it connected to Scorpio. We have water here. We have the Moon card connected to water. We have Pisces with the Hangman, and we have, again, Pisces Moon with the High Priestess. So, yeah, okay. Oh, okay, I got it. Sorry, it took me a minute. I think you're going to be meeting up with people who are very intuitive, very maybe psychic, very connected, very attuned. This is something you're opening up to. Here with this Pisces and Yin, I think you're exploring this in the next chapter of your life. You're going to be meeting people who are into that. And this is like your superpower. This is your strength. It's like when you tap into that, I think you're feeling a lot more home because maybe you felt more foreign in your body because you were doing something that wasn't really as spiritual or as esoteric, but esoteric just feels like home to you. It feels very natural to you. And you're going to be aligning with people who are accepting of this aspect. Yeah, you're tapping more into your authentic self. And so you're going to be leading your life from this place and being at home while doing it. Okay. All right, group number 3. That was really fun. So your alignment message basically is just to keep feeling more attuned to yourself. Like do your meditation, do your journaling, get very curious, do some self-inquiry about who you are, who am I, and just see what comes up for you. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. If you would like to work with me personally, all my information is down below. Have a beautiful day or evening. Bye. Hey, group number 4, if you chose the Black Obsidian, then this is going to be your reading. So first, I'm going to take a deep breath. So first, I'm going to pull your cards. First, I'm going to pull energies, and then I'm going to read your crystal, and then I'm going to pull cards. Tarot and Oracle. So we're looking into what powerful karmic release is happening in your life right now and what it's making space for. Okay. So, guys, dial me into the energies of group number 4, please. Okay, the song Creep just popped up. If you guys have heard of it, by Radiohead. I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? Sorry, I think it's kind of your energy. I think the thing that feels like you're more tapped into doing is not really feeling like you have to do anything. Maybe like observing. I think you're becoming very curious about observing. Maybe you're a writer, but it just takes me to the energy of like someone who just observes and watches people and like takes notes of like, oh, humans do this. It's very much, it's kind of scientific, but I think you're seeing the world in a different light. And I think you're becoming a lot more fascinated with what you're observing through your senses that you weren't aware of before. You're like, wow, how weird that people do that. Like, human beings are fascinating. How interesting that this plant turns yellow and then it turns red and then it turns green. It's just like you're going to be intrigued more by like little things and just watching it happen. Like watching life, I think, is something you're going to be more intrigued with watching or observing, which is a very powerful tool for being a lot more present in your body. Yeah, the energy felt so still, like very, very still. Oh, I think my candle is about to go out. So the other day I had a fire when I was doing one of my collective readings. And It was so bad. At first I was like, oh, it's just going to blow itself out. It did not. It just kept getting bigger and bigger. So I had to put it out anyways. Yeah, so to me, I'm going to take that as symbology for you're going to put out those flames. So it's like any of those intense emotions, you're going to find a way to level them out. You know, put it out. Not overreacting, not acting from a space of inner hurt child. You know, more just open to just being a being. Okay, let me see what else wants to come through. I don't know, I think there's a lot about like being more authentic, more I feel like, I don't know if you're already okay with being odd or different, you know, if you're very open with your spiritual growth, or you're just your relationship to spirituality, and there's just this acceptance of I see the world differently and that's beautiful, or I see the world differently but this is me, or I am who I am and this is how it's supposed to be. It kind of reminds me of like Wednesday Addams, if you watched Wednesday on Netflix, the series, but she's just like in total acceptance of her weirdness and herself, and I love that. But I feel like this is what you're stepping into for your new chapter in your life. So you're releasing any kind of those, like maybe the limiting beliefs around yourself, judging yourself, but also judging other people too is what I'm getting. It's more like I'm here to observe, or I'm here to just take it in. It kind of feels like very healthy parenting, where the parent just kind of lets the child make their mistakes and learn. I feel like that's you. Like you're just like, okay, people make mistakes. Let me just let them be them. And I'm just going to be me. Feels very chill energy. Let's see. Yeah, it feels very still, very stabilized, but also very humble. Like you're not trying to, let me take up space and like, let me be big and loud and bold. It's more like, I don't know. You're just very content to just be. You don't need attention. You don't need validation. I think this is all of the things that you're releasing. So you can choose the Black Obsidian. Awesome crystal to choose. It kind of has the personality that I was talking about, but before I opened my eyes, the personality hit me. I saw an elephant. It was like a cute little elephant, but it was being a creep. When I say creep, I'm talking about Creep from the song Radiohead. He was just like observing people. It was like really sweet. Yeah, it's like sweet, sensitive, observational. This is what you're embracing for yourself. I really like this crystal because it's like sharp, but it's so light. It's like a feather light. It's like tossing a marshmallow. It's so soft. But then when you look at it, or when you feel the edges, it's a little bit sharp. So Black Obsidian has a lot to do with releasing, grounding, letting go. It's a very spiritual crystal. It's almost like it's about emptying yourself of like all the unnecessary, almost like all identity, to the point where you're just the observer, basically. And it's about just being open. It's like interesting when you tap into being nothing, you're everything. That's kind of like what you're entering into. It's like you're going to be having, I think, moments. It might not be like that you can sustain it for a long period of time, but you might have like 10 minutes at a time where you're just able to be nothing. Maybe get into very deep meditative states where you're just nothing and you access everything. Yeah, I'm kind of being taken to the stingray. They're kind of intuitive, sensitive, unbothered beings. I feel like you're entering a phase of unbotheredness and detachment. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some cards and see what kind of karmic release is happening for you. So guides, what do you want to let us know? So these are the next chakra cards. This one's blank. Got mixed up. Da, da. So flimsy. Yes, we of one. Perfect. We have here. Oh, we got Baharani. That was the same as pile number 3. You can check them out. They kind of have a similar message, but it's a little different. Okay, So Baharani, well, do I need to open this? We'll just find the keywords for you. So Baharani is very much connected to just being present. Sorry, yeah. They're about, Baharani is in Aries, second nakshatra, it's in Aries. They have this youthfulness about them, like a simplicity about their energy. They're playful, but yet they operate between extremes, so they can be very naive yet wise. I don't know, the word flirtatious was coming up. Flirtatious but detached. I don't know. I don't know. But there's just something about them where they're able to operate life in extremes. It actually makes me think about, I think Pete Davidson has Baharani. But he has, I don't know if it's bipolar or it's just his energy can be very high and then very low. But I think you're learning your spectrum or how to operate between the spectrums of life. Baharani has a lot to do with death and rebirth. Death and rebirth, transformation has to do with the female reproductive system. So it's about, because it's the symbolic or connected to the female reproductive system, it's symbolic for being a doorway between life and death. So like bringing life into the world and then people going out of the world, metaphorically. Yeah, quite a powerful nakshatra. There's something about connections, karma, dharma energy that's attached to this energy. Activating karma, dharma. There's something about the world, the underworld, the energetic realms, because it's like life and rebirth. It's like that doorway. So there's a connection between you and the like spiritual realms. So I definitely see you meditating more, perhaps to tap into that inner infinite, that inner infinite energy within you. What else do we have here? So it's connected to Yama. So Yama's the Lord of Death, but he's a very jovial person. How interesting is that? Yama is privy to many of the secret functionings of Maya. So Maya is about illusion. So you're going to become kind of like very observant of life because you're going to realize it's all of it's Maya. That's why you're just kind of watching it as opposed to partaking in it. That's what I was getting. There's also a purification that comes with that crystal and with this energy as well, and life and death and rebirth. So there's like a purification process you're also doing and experiencing in your life, which means facing fears and like obliterating. Essentially what we purify is we purify like attachment to anything that has to do with the ego deaths, and fear. That's essentially the purification process that you're going through. Okay, we have... It says evolved Baharani types would channel their immense primeval energy into positive and wholesome universal pursuits, while the less evolved types will be akin to a moth madly hopping about from one light source to another. In the present day, wow, that's a very deep description. In the present day and the age where confusion and chaos reign supreme, Baharani can be very difficult energy to handle. This can be easily understood through the mental dilemmas and naivetes which young girls and boys go through after puberty. Without proper guidance and understanding, Baharani natives are ready to jump into anything and everything without caution or consideration. Baharani natives are often strong characters who can withstand the many turbulences which life has to offer. They do get down and moan and cry like infants sometimes, but nothing holds them down for too long. They are often seen to undergo huge transformations and radical changes throughout their lives. This comes, you know what, this takes me back to the Creep song, because it's kind of like an emo song. It's like he's kind of feeling sorry for himself, but he's like so pure. Like when you listen to the lyrics, he's just like, I want a perfect soul. In the song, he said, I want a perfect soul. That's such a pure declaration or request. Baharani natives are often strong characters who can withstand many turbulences. They are often seen to, I read that. This comes about due to their longing for extremes. When they get set on a path, they want to experience every aspect of it until they have exhausted all possibilities and have no option left but to tip over something completely. There's no set boundary in the Baharani universe. It says Baharani natives have a creative urge inside of them. Baharani is a nakshatra where the interplay between male and female takes place. This makes it one of the most sexual nakshatras of the zodiac. Baharani is representative of nature's force, which creates attraction between the opposites. Wow. Yeah, so very creative energy. Very magnetic. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some cards for you. We also have the number 2. So 2 about, again, masculine, feminine energy. Oh, okay, let's try that again. So tell me more about this group, guides. Oh, you got Palladian activation, coming together, harmony in the heavens, resolution. And you have here, series star blessings, yes, proceed, be seen, push through. All right, the Palladian activation, this is about tuning into your emotions better. It says coming together, harmony in the heavens, and resolution. This is about working with the releasing any karmic energies when it comes to the loved ones. And struggling with those experiences, finding a way to balance out your energy a little bit better as well. The Series Star Blessings, this is about having a deep sense of attunement to your inner compass and being able to find your North Star. So it says, yes, be seen, push through. So this might also be about tapping into confidence when it comes to like confidence, feeling more confident to be yourself, feeling more confident to do and go the path with that Aries energy, go the path that you feel called to go. Paving your own path, not imitating anyone else as well. Like the colors are very similar. They're kind of like moody blues, like sensitive energy. Tell me more about the karmic release that this group is experiencing, guides. But yeah, you're being very supported with that. That's a very good representation of support, yeah. So you're cultivating a heavy level of detachment. Like a healthy, sorry, I had said heavy, but I meant healthy. But detachment is something that you're really into embracing, I think, moving forward into the next year. This might be the other, extreme. It's like detachment to the point where you just want to like tune into yourself. Kind of like become like Shiva here. Okay, tell me more about the karmic release. So I feel like a lot of the mental energy, I feel like there's a lot of mental energy that was occurring inside. Tell us more, guides. And you're releasing this, like the beliefs. Yeah, like the Queen of Swords. You're creating healthy boundaries for yourself, but you're also feeding yourself healthy affirmations, healthy mental like thoughts. You're retraining yourself to think differently. And again, detach. I feel like it's just what I'm getting. It's very much authenticity. It's like, I don't care about pretending anymore. That's what I'm getting. The Queen of Swords is a straight shooter. She just says it like it is. So it's like, now's not the time for me to pretend to be likable or pretend to be someone I'm not. I'm just going to be who I am. And I'm going to find peace within myself. So I think just tuning in is really good for you. Not doing too much activity would probably be good for you at this point in time. We have here, look at 8 of Cups. Yeah, like walking away from anything that's unfulfilling for you. It's like anything that isn't aligned with your true spiritual path that you're not really interested in it right now. Yeah. So we get the Chariot. So that's a very persistent. It's like I'm creating my own path now. That's what I'm getting from that. Clarify the Chariot. 6 of Wands. Tell me more about the 6 of Wands. We heard the Temperance. Okay. Yeah, it's about releasing this idea of like what other people think about you or what's popular, what's the popular thing to do, or whatever you were taught the right thing to do is. You're not interested in that anymore. You're interested in like going your own route and doing what you believe in, what you feel is trustworthy and right for you. The Chariot is also connected to Moon and Cancer. Cancer is a cardinal sign that leads itself. We have here Wands energy, fire. So again, it's like I'm going to lead. I'm going to find a way to be victorious in my own life. Temperance is about finding a healthier balance for yourself as well. Anything else you want to tell us, guides? And yeah, so Nine of Cups is about you're now opening a door towards doing something that you really feel is aligned with your fulfillment, aligned with who you are, aligned with what makes you happy. So before, yeah, that's the karmic release. It's this attachment to like unnecessary worldly desires of like, oh, everybody says this is how we're supposed to live or take care of ourselves or provide for ourselves, or this lifestyle is healthy or that lifestyle is healthy. It's like you're releasing any kind of attachment to that, and you're creating your own pathway. Maybe before you were feeling very much hindered by, I'm going to say belief. The belief system is the biggest part, but hindered by other people's ideas of what life should be. And now you're like, okay, nothing's going to stop me here with this Chariot. Nothing's going to stop me. I know where I'm being called, and that's all I need to do is just focus on that. So with the Temperance, you're alchemizing. You're taking those difficult circumstances and you're going to be alchemizing it. You may still be struggling with actually like figuring out what your path is, and that's fine. But with the Chariot card, I feel like you found something, or you found a direction that aligns with more of what you want. But part of you might still be struggling with it's like you're fighting with yourself, but you're maybe like fighting with, or you feel like you're fighting with like society's ideologies or philosophy about how you're supposed to live. Maybe to some degree. You feel like this energy feels very much, because all of these figures feel like they're alone. So I feel like you're very much tuned into your own energy, and you're very much interested in investing in yourself. I don't think you're thwarted too much by other people's opinions, but there's beliefs that have become a part of your system, like your belief system, that you're having to undo. Your energy feels quite gentle. Let's see what else wants to come through. Gentle but determined. We got Taurus, and we have House 5. Passion, play, children, confidence, and creativity. So I think House 5 is being very much activated for you. Baharani was talking about kids, creativity in general. I think you're going to feel a lot more attuned to your creativity. Taurus is also a very creative sign. It's also a feminine sign. It's a sensual sign. So there's a lot about creating abundance and creating things that feel more aligned to what your dreams are. I think you're a dreamer. And the thing that stopped you before is that you felt like you couldn't achieve your dreams or you couldn't obtain them. But I feel like you're going to start a new era of success for yourself. House more, guys. We have here generosity, Oshan 40. Wow. Generosity. I'm gonna go ahead and pull more cards. Yeah, there's a lot about the detachment. To me feels really great. Oh, look, I got Maya illusion. Wow. We just read about that. Again, about authenticity. Yeah, with the generosity Oshan, that's quite interesting. It's a little bit of a different energy. But I think that the first and foremost thing is you're being generous to yourself, or you're learning how to be generous to yourself. Whereas before you were limited in your view of yourself and limited in what you gave to yourself. Whereas now you're like, okay, I'm allowed to live the life that I want. Absolutely. And I think before you're struggling with this, because what are we often told? We're often told life is hard. We're told you have to struggle, life is hard, all of those wonderful things, just fantastic things that discourage us. Yeah, so we have a lot of 4s. We have 40, we have 34. So a lot about grounding and feeling stable in your energy is going to be very important. 3 and 4 add up to 7, which is about divinity. What else are we getting? I mean, I guess you could be tapping into experiencing more. The thing is, when you're generous to yourself, you're going to be generous to people naturally. I think forgiving is what I'm getting. It's like, I think you're going to be a lot more forgiving of other people and just detached. Like, you're not going to blame them or, say anything from your inner hurt, wounded child place, but just instead be like, oh, okay, people are just people. That's fine. They're allowed to make mistakes. Tell us more about the Ocean generosity. Oh, interesting. We have pentacles here. Yeah, well, first, let me just say again, I want to go back to, it has something to do with you being generous to yourself. I feel like this is you pursuing or learning or doing the thing that you've always wanted to do, or going the path that you've always wanted to do. It's like something you're beginning. With the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, you're new to this. You're new to this creative endeavor is what I'm getting with the Taurus and House 5, but you're going to find a way to create abundance and stability from this pathway. Yeah, it says reliable, patient. You want to tell us any more about the Ocean generosity? Wheel of Fortune. Interesting card to come up. Good luck, destiny, chance, karma. Let's go ahead and dive into that Wheel of Fortune. Let me see my other cards here. Tell us more about the Wheel of Fortune. Fate definitely feels like a word that's ringing through. It's like fate is being activated. This is what you're fated to do before you were resisting it, right? The Serious Star Blessing, this is why your guides are saying, yes, you're on the right path, because before you were resisting what your path was, what felt more natural to you. And I feel like with this Jupiter Wheel of Fortune, there's more generosity that's going to be available to you from the universe. Yep, look at that, Hierophant. Because you're tapping into what you feel is natural to you. So maybe even with the Hierophant, I wonder if that was resisting the tradition. Clarify the Hierophant. Clarify the Hierophant. Oh, look at that, Page of Pentacles. Ah. Oh, cool. Yeah, I feel like you're really stepping into exploring your spiritual connection on a deeper level. To me, spirituality, creativity, they kind of connect with, you know, they're kind of like part of the same or very similar energy. So I feel like you finding out what you want to do, what you feel is like your destiny, what you feel like this is your fate, this is what you've always been fated to do, is going to unlock so many doors for you. I think you're realizing it's time to follow my dreams. It's time to pursue what I've always wanted to do. You're just being very supported by the universe in this because it's your. It just feels good. The thing is, you're opening the access to the universe, giving you abundance because you're saying, "Oh, this is what I want to do," and it feels good. We have your Lovers. Okay. Yeah, there's something about connections. Lovers also Gemini energy exploration. So to me, what's standing out is the Doves. It just feels so unrushed, the energy. Like, maybe before you felt anxious about dating or meeting the right people or making romantic connections, whereas now it's just, you're just going to find yourself amongst the right people. Tell us more about the Lovers. Two Swords. Oh, decisions. Yeah, decisions, listening to your intuition. Tell us more about the Lovers. Yeah, this is about trusting yourself. Oops, sorry. That was really loud. You're going to be you're entering into a phase of just trusting yourself more. Like trusting yourself. I trust myself now. I trust myself to make better decisions or the right decisions for me, or to choose my path and to choose a path that feels aligned with who I am. Whereas before I was struggling. We have a change in the wind. 12. So there's going to be like a change in the wind. We got Gemini energy. We got Two Swords. So I think you are going to be called to make some kind of decision. It's going to be, I don't know, kind of like unexpected, maybe out of the blue for you. And you're going to have to decide what you want. And it'll be easy. You know, once you just sink into, this is a decision you make from your heart. And you got to trust yourself. Yeah, so I think you're starting something, becoming more open to being a student of life. We got Midas, Miser. Yep, so that's like an entrepreneur endeavor with that Taurus energy. Fifth house, something you're creating. We have Virgin, light attribute, maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. Yeah, so again, about the purification is going to be very important for you. This is what you're embracing more of. So yeah, tapping into purification, but also tapping into that entrepreneur spirit within you. And every single one of us is an entrepreneur. That's why I was like, whenever the entrepreneur energies would come up in my readings, I'm like, should I be saying entrepreneur? But yeah, every single one of us is an entrepreneur. Every single one of us. Look, fertility. Yeah, you got ideas. You're very creative. So you're going to be more open to this very creative phase in your life of just starting out new things that you put off before, but are more aligned with who you've always wanted to be. And I feel like you're just going to have so many ideas and feel so inspired. So inspired. So this is what you're unlocking for yourself. So heartache over what you no longer have, that's the karmic release. So maybe you were very disappointed in people, situations, experience. For a lot of you, it's going to be like loved ones or family, and they kind of broke your heart, but then you were like, you put it back together again, and you're like, okay, I am going to be okay. And this is what you're trusting, is you know you're going to be okay. We have here a table. Hard work ahead. Woohoo! Exciting. Yeah, I think you're ready to get to work. Yeah, you're about to like get to work. You might be having like a teacher coming into your life here, because these energies are very stark to me with the Hierophant and the Page of Pentacles. One's a student, one's a teacher, right? So you might be having someone come into your life who's going to help kind of align you. We'll pull some cards just to see. I'm going to tell us more about this Midas entrepreneur spirit guides. It's being unlocked for this group. We have a Queen of Cups. And we have here Page of Wands. Okay. Clarify the Hierophant, please. And we have here World card, Ace of Swords. Okay. So to me, the universe is going to be your teacher. So just be open. You're going to be getting like insights and downloads with this Ace of Swords and the World card. You're just going to be getting the insight. It's going to be coming to you. You're going to be feeling very inspired. With the Queen of Cups, you're very creative. You got a lot of creative ideas. You're very attuned. But now you're learning how to manifest it and make it a physical reality. Baharani is also about okay, it got cut off, but I was saying something about the baby coming into this world. So it says here, what I've been working for is already done. And clarity. Yeah. Yeah, so to me with the Hierophant energy, you're just going to be getting a lot more insight and clarity from the universe. The universe is going to be your teacher, and it's going to kind of show you how you can build your business. Here. With the Page of Wands, this is something you're going to be very passionate about, excited. This is something you're initiating. And the Queen of Cups, you have a lot of creativity, creative ideas. Yeah, so it's like you have a lot of the inspiration. Now it's just a matter of making it a reality. All right, so advice card for this group. It landed so weird. We have here Isis, magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. Yeah. So your dreams are becoming a reality. That's kind of the main thing that you're energetically aligning with for yourself. You're getting over this challenge of maybe other people's opinions about what you feel like you should do, or your limiting beliefs about what you should do, and you're learning to listen to your intuition more to guide you. So you're finding your path to fortune. You know, you're going to have a turn of fortune, whereas before it felt maybe stagnant and limiting. It's going to start opening up to you and for you. To me, manifesting does require you to be present. It's about setting an intention, being present, enjoying your life, and then surrendering. Surrender it, let it go. Don't attach yourself to it. And I think you're going to get really good at detaching yourself from outcomes if you direct your energy as such. But yeah, with this, I love that we got the World card because it's about success. It is about achieving and accomplishing what you've set out to do. But the pathway to the success I think that you're wanting is going to become very clear. It's going to become very clear. And I feel like you're going to know only so much, but it's going to be just enough information to push you through to the next level. But all in all, I think you're learning how to be a lot more present with that Maya energy. You're seeing past the illusions of the world. And because you see past the illusion, the world becomes your oyster, right? You get to kind of, almost, people like to say manipulate energy, but you get to maneuver energy. But the thing is, energy is meant to be played with. That's called free will. And I mean, I always suggest to people, become part of the divine plan as opposed to trying to plan everything. If you become part of the divine plan with that Wheel of Fortune, the World card, and the Hierophant, if you enter into opening to the divine plan, I think things unlock a lot faster for you because you're not trying to have to make things work or, figure it out. So I think surrender and attachment is something you're going to be willing to learn more of in this upcoming new chapter of your life. And the more you master this, the easier things are going to manifest for you. Okay. And the change in the wind. I have both cards for that, right? That's about the job situation. We can get more clues and then I'll end it. Any more clues about the change in the wind, guys? Well, that's the Wheel of Fortune, right? So things are going to move in a different direction. Instead of it feeling like limiting and stagnating, we have a clear path. We have 3 of Cups. Tell us more about a change in the wind. And we have the Magician, which is about manifesting. Tell us more about a change in the wind. And we have here Empress. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, so you're shifting your energy to be the magnet. Whereas before you were trying to, maybe having to work really hard to get things to manifest to your life, you're becoming the magnet. You're becoming the magnet with that Empress energy. You're just attuning yourself to your energy, to your body. You're being more present with that Taurus energy. To me, it's a very present energy. Even the King of Cups reminds me, the Nine of Cups reminds me of Taurus energy. He just looks so settled and comfortable, like he's done his work. He's done the work. But you're also going to be bringing in connections as well that are going to be helping you. Yeah, so I think it's just a matter of following your intuition. Do you want to tell us any more about the 3 of Cups, please? Tell us more about the 3 of Cups. Whoop. Gotcha. Okay, so there's a rebirthing process that's happening when it comes to the people that you surround yourself with. I think you've had to like create boundaries and kind of detach and let go of situations that haven't served you. So the change in the wind is you're like letting go of like maybe friends or connections that just weren't really healthy. But there's a rebirth process that's happening here. So it's like when we do that surrender, release, let go, the rebirth can happen and healthier connections can come in here. But it looks like the huge karmic release for you is like people or attachment to people. And then the huge thing that's coming in is like a shift in your work dynamic here. Work life. Okay, that's going to be the end of your reading here. Group number 4. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know if it resonated. If you'd like to work with me personally to get a personalized reading about what's going on in your life, and maybe like you're curious about how you can align your energy better and allow things to flow better, then just go ahead and reach out to me. All my information is in the description box down below. Have a beautiful day or evening.